Hi, Space Cats. Welcome. I've been, using the Video Game History Foundation, Anthony Parisi E3 tapes as just, something to watch if I want to, fill out some time recently. And I don't know, I just kind of thought it would be fun to watch more, just do, a whole thing of watching them. And so let's just, check out his footage of E3 1995, the first one. Let me know how the audio is on this, by the way, everybody. If you want it up, I can turn it up. Here we are. The moon. Yeah. He's setting the tone of the Electronic Entertainment Expo. I heard they had to change the logo after this first year because of another company that was called E3. Getting the panorama shots here is kind of awesome. PlayStation, check out our fucking purple spike man. Cool guy. Polygon man, yeah. How come this guy didn't stick around? Wow, big room. That was from the tapes, not from outside. Head for Saturn! Polygon Man has a cameo? I have not heard this, no. That's crazy. Sega. Sony's looking for a new mascot as the news today, really? Polygon Man was in the Sony Smash thing? I didn't even know that. Crazy. They want their Hello Kitty.
Whatever the future holds, the IDSA will be an increasingly important part of it.
Oh?
A voice for publishers in the interactive software industry. To
The
that
Keynote?
end, I am pleased to announce that IDSA's 1996 E3 show will be held in conjunction with Infotainment World and Mitch Hall Associates here in Los Angeles on May 30th to June 1st, 1996.
Infotainment World.
The 96 show, I will assure you, will be developed with a continuing commitment to addressing the unique needs of all software publishers, regardless.
It's kind of crazy that this is the first one and they're already talking about the next one right at the top.
Mitch Hall representatives will be visiting exhibitors to facilitate the sign-up process over the next 3 days. Before we get to 96, we have to get through 1995, and I think that's going to be an exciting experience for everyone. Two people
We have to
a
get through
great deal to do with this show
1995.
together. Elliot Minsker of Knowledge Industries Publications and Pat Farrell of Infotainment World. I don't think anyone has logged as many miles and burned as many phone lines as Pat Farrell in making this show come together. His efforts to create a show for this industry have been tireless and passionate. Thus, it's a special privilege for me to introduce him to you today, Patrick Farrell, Chairman and President of Infotainment World Incorporated. help manage a brand new show and appear totally in control at the same time has been a great challenge to me for these past few days. But there are some pleasures associated with this position of mine. One of those is getting to introduce our first keynote speaker of the show, Tom Kalinske.
Oh, Kalinske!
Tom, the formation of the IDSA easily earned my perpetual gratitude. Over 4 years
That man is wearing a tie instead of a graphic tee under his jacket. I know, it's very strange. It's very strange for you three. But this is the beginning. They hadn't figured out the culture yet.
The company was a relative newcomer to the interactive entertainment business, at least as it was applied to the home. Tom tells me that mentors and friends alike were unified in their advice to him. Don't get into that crazy business, stay in toys. But lucky for Sega, and I think lucky for this industry, Tom chose to ignore their advice.
Yeah, lucky for Sega.
They have moved from new kid on the block to their current position of undeniable industry leadership. I hope you'll join me.
The undeniable industry leadership that Sega had in 1995 and held on to. Completely held on to that. 100%.
It's great to be back in Los Angeles. I'd like to take a moment right at the beginning of my remarks to convey one of the more important pieces of news you're likely to hear while here at E3. Tomorrow, May 12th, 1995, will be Yogi Berra's birthday.
Yep.
It's his 70th.
Awesome.
So we all need to prepare ourselves for a heavier than usual onslaught of Yogiisms from radio and TV commentators. And if I may, I'd like to kick off the birthday observance by repeating my own personal favorite of his. When I come to a fork in the road, I take it. Now that's not only vintage Berra, it's also good for kicking off speeches. It can even be construed without an awful lot of effort to be representative of what I'm about to say today. I'm going to discuss choices. I'm going to discuss change.
Yeah, Tom?
E3 works as a pretty good symbol of some change our industry is experiencing. Here is this great big show designed solely for interactive entertainment. CES, great success that it's been, was never really designed for us. It related better to an older culture. It forced some of the most creative companies on Earth to at least figuratively put on gray flannel suits and, well, sort of fit in.
They really did. They were always saying that shit.
Selling mode. But even that worked okay until recently. Now, interactive entertainment has become far more than just an annex to the bigger, broader electronics business. And frankly, I don't miss the endless rows of car stereo speakers and cellular phones. We've broken out to become a whole
the 95 cellular phone.
Business resists hard passwords. It defies conventional wisdom. But all of us, including me, want to understand it better. And sometimes, in order to do that, we give in to the temptation to simplify things. And then, invariably, we make mistakes. This morning, I want to question a couple of
mistakes
about interactive entertainment that I see gaining greater and greater acceptance today. Assumptions that I believe are mistaken. What are they? Myths, really. And like all good myths, they are persistent and persuasive. That's a John Kennedy line if anybody who's checking sources. There are two of them. The first is about PCs. The likelihood of that platform eating the game business for lunch. The second incorporates the assumption that the success and failure of our business will always be measured by our acceptance among 6 to 17-year-old boys. Let's look at them.
Okay.
It doesn't
Interesting.
take much thought to see why the first myth has become as prevalent as it is. Examining some of the facts supporting the PC as killer whale theory, we often find the following. Multimedia PCs have sold fast over the last 2 years. They are, at first blush, obvious platforms for the increasingly sophisticated games our audiences are calling for.
Yeah?
Those PC sales numbers will be a compelling message to game developers out there.
So,
And you know, if I've just spent $1,700 to $3,000
so Kalinske says that PC is never going to be the primary platform for gaming? Is that what I'm hearing?
Well, sure I do.
They're using the PC myth font, yeah.
Over TV-based systems too. PC monitors typically offer better resolution than TV screens. And back to the developer community. If I develop games to the PC standard, I don't have to pay anybody a royalty. Another reason for me to look inquiringly in this direction. But now, let's examine these in a little more detail. Digital News and Reviews tells us that about 10% of U.S. households own a multimedia PC today. That's about 10 million homes. Now that's an extraordinary increase over the year before, when only about 3 or 4% could make that claim. These are impressive numbers. On the other hand, 30% of U.S. households, about 30 million homes, own and use a video game
wonder
machine.
what that stat is like now.
That percentage is going to be between 35 and 40%, or 33 to 38 million homes. Now, if you're a developer interested in big
I wonder what the PC to game console stat is now, Tom.
200,000 units would be an enormous hit. And 200,000 units is good business, by anybody's definition. But a hit dedicated to Sega or Nintendo gaming, on the other hand, sold 1 to
What are you talking about Nintendo games for? You're just Sega, man.
Games introduced this year. The average unit sale in that arena will be 20 to 30,000 units. Dedicated game titles are only coming out at a rate of a few hundred per year. So the average unit sale will be
It's like admitting defeat.
and a hit will still sell millions of units. At this moment in time, and for the foreseeable future, let's face it, Sega, Nintendo, and maybe a few others in our business are still the only real big game in town.
Maybe a few others.
Now what about this
Maybe a
business
few
of
others besides
gaming?
Sega and
As long as
Nintendo.
it's a computer, I want to get as much use out of it as possible. Let me get off the academic level here and get down to daily reality. If we're talking about a young adult who just bought a computer system, has no kids, and might want a little diversion on his work platform, I'll buy this argument all the way. He'll buy 3 or 4 PC CD-ROM games.
Sure.
But that's not a rule in America. That's an exception. It's far more likely that I'm 33 to 42 years old, I bought my PC to work at home, to organize my domestic life, to try new educational software, maybe to join my friends and family on the internet, whatever.
Yeah.
Yes.
The internet, that's gonna be the big thing.
And after resisting the pressure for months, I finally go out and buy a game for my 10-year-old boy. He's happy looking at the box.
What is this box?
He can't wait to get started. It tells you about that.
What is this box? I really want to know what this game is that he's using as an example.
Hit install, and you get one of several messages, all of which basically say, surely you did not think it was going to be this easy.
Oh yeah, installing those games on your PC is so hard. It's a good thing you'll never have to do that with a game console.
To the computer store. You're upgrading DOS, for instance, because of that pesky insufficient memory signal. I mean, nobody told you that you needed 8 megabytes of available memory to run that game. Or you're reconfiguring the soundboard after you spend 2 hours looking for the documentation. And Macs aren't immune from all this either, trust me. So the story goes on in most houses for hours, and then finally the supreme moment arrives.
I mean, he's right. Audio is a nightmare.
It's working. And then you realize, hey, I don't know if I want my 10-year-old playing anywhere near home office in the business plan I just spent 2 or 3 months creating.
Oh, no,
next morning,
fatal
you make another trip to
error!
the computer store to buy a shell. That means every time you turn the computer on, he can only get to his game. But that means you need to take extra steps to get around his game. So why do we buy this thing anyway, you begin to ask yourself, to entertain young Brandon or to help my business? It's at this point, I believe, that the prospect of spending a few $100s on a dedicated machine that plugs and plays on a much bigger screen in a room far better equipped to handle your son and his friends starts to sound like a pretty good investment.
Obviously,
I think people who dismiss the dedicated game platform,
the game console
people who write about technology are, for the most part,
will always be
technology.
much
They judge
simpler.
computers, understandably, I think,
Will
like they
always
judge
be
any
a
high-performance
better
technology.
cost
If it's
investment
a
than the
concept word or
PC.
two, that's the name of the high-tech game. But in our game,
It is. It is like listening to a caveman complain about all the saber-tooth tigers. Yeah.
Perfectly. Right out of the box, first time, every time. Now, is Windows 95 going to deliver the kind of idiot-proof operability that someone like me needs? I think over time the answer is probably yes. Certainly that's what's aimed. But that's still a ways out there. And by then, the game business will be still further ahead in delivering the next generation.
That's right, yeah. Yeah, the game business will always be ahead of the PCs.
A PC that could marginally run some of the newer games we're going to be talking about today will require a Pentium 120 megahertz PC chip with Windows 95, a 3D graphics accelerator, 16 megabits of RAM, and more video RAM. And that's not your average multimedia PC. This is power user stuff, hobbyist level stuff. And even if it were available today, it would retail for over $3,000, well over.
God, $3,000.
It's going to increase rapidly. It's going to be a great business to be in. And in the very near future, Sega will be getting into it. See, we're approaching the fork in the road, and we're taking it. But the truth is,
it's very interesting the way that he's like doing both right now, right? Where he's like, the PC that can run a game like this is too far out of reach for anybody. It's too expensive. It's only for hobbyists. But also, we are going to get in there a little.
That's like asking, will it be sports cars or minivans? The answer is both. Both do great things. Both are optimized for different functions. 70% of the whole video game business today consists
of fast action. Is mad about the current state of games? I don't know. What is Kalinske doing these days? I would imagine he would just consider this, you know, like, well, that's the past. I'm sure he's not thinking of this the same way at all. I'm sure he doesn't even think about having said this.
But even this kind of market share predicting tends to miss a much bigger vision of the future of home entertainment. It looks at what most homes have now and extrapolates from there.
Hang on.
I want to move outside of that box. I think even the amazingly sophisticated games you're going to be seeing at E3 today only hint at the kind of immersive experience consumers are going to be demanding in the years to come. That's going to be delivered
Realizing
by
I don't know where my phone is right now, but that's fine.
Home theater stuff that will move the whole question away from the level of, will it be in the boys' bedroom or the home office? Because it will be neither. This will be multi-dimensional, truly interactive experiences that will involve the whole family, and they'll take place in a room dedicated not to sleeping, not to work, but to entertainment.
Yes.
Maybe the real message here is that our business is simply going to be more difficult to analyze and predict.
Gaming will be in the family den.
More exposed to the fun and excitement of interactive games in the next few years than they've ever been before. They'll be seeing them on airplanes, in hotel rooms, and in their homes via the Sega Channel.
AI swapping partners. Maybe it is, I don't know. Yeah, he's talking about the holodeck.
Increasing by 35%.
A family that a place to have it in your house that you own. That's right.
Games in a mass market way. We will build on that in the future.
The 90s vision of the American household, huh?
Am I suggesting a Sega game player in every home by the year 2000, along with a chicken in every pot? Absolutely.
That's right. That's right. Dreamcast in every home in the year 2000. That's what it was like. That's what it was like, everybody.
Set-top delivery is not the enemy.
The chickens, too.
Not if you're the largest content provider of software, as Sega is. Now let's move on to the second myth, that your life and mine will forever depend on the whims and attitudes of the 6 to 17-year-old market.
That's right.
I hope some of what I just finished saying about greater consumer expectations will begin to put the lie to this idea. Because this once hard and fast reliance on a singular age group and demographic is
Why was there a
Dreamcast
fast in your attic you didn't know about in 2000?
61% dominated by 6 to 17-year-olds. In 94, the figure was...
It didn't die out that fast. It had like, another year on it.
On the age segment has dropped even more than the industry average. In 92, 62% of our sales went to them.
Oh, there was a guy there with the Dreamcast because the guy predicted it. Right, of course. Sorry.
49%, almost half, of our business is already with adults.
Sega player in every house. Yeah.
And that trend is going to continue. We're going to see a broader-based group of ages and demographics buying interactive entertainment.
Well, this is true, basically.
Most industry analysts completely agree with this. So the game companies begin to ignore those 6
I would imagine his Twitter is crazy, yeah.
Consumers? Do we begin turning down the heat on a former life support system? Let me use this platform to ease any concerns in that direction. Sega's answer is no. You'll hear lots of talk today and in the days ahead about next generation systems. And the appeal to older players from those games will be obvious.
Nice. I'm glad he hates
Put
Republicans.
us where we are. We will still make the hot action and sports titles. We're not forgetting there's an array of budgets out there, nor are we forgetting the aspirations of the young observers of this industry. We've long noted that when you skew your product line toward the young, there's little room for growth. So as we begin to skew our products forward and toward an older, more sophisticated consumer, we're giving kids room to realize their aspirations.
That's right.
We have hot new
Expand the
products that we launch
demographics.
on
I mean,
all our
again,
platforms.
like this happened
Just a sample of
basically.
this, let me mention Comic Zone, a Genesis product
Yeah.
that represents a whole new game genre, bringing the nation's #1 print medium, comics, to life.
That's right, Comic Zone. That's the standout title. It's a little loud, sorry.
The most popular TV and movie licensed characters to game.
Would you like me to turn this down slightly? How's this? This is certainly supposed to be loud.
Brings the ultimate high-end arcade technology into home systems.
There's Virtua Fighter.
For Genesis, there will be 55 new titles this year. For 32X, 40 new titles, and for Game Gear, 35
I
new
don't-
titles. And as I noted before, the job of analyzing
40
this
for
business is gonna get
32X,
harder.
huh?
Predicting revenues was
I
never
don't
the
think that is
modeling
true.
modeling exercise that we all wanted it to be. Now the variables we will all have to consider will require even finer-tuned crystal balls. But that doesn't mean we're not going to work out.
I am fairly certain that is not true. Yeah. Not sure there are 40 games total for 32X.
Number 1, 2, and 3 in that list of qualifiers is that I work at Sega. I don't believe there is a company or an individual in the industry who has a better sense of the mind of the consumer than Sega.
That's
Yes,
so true.
We got our start in the arcade business, learning about gamer
Sega
expectations,
has
order at a
their
time.
fingers on the
Provide
pulse.
arcade
They will
entertainment so
always be
interesting,
at the
so compelling,
forefront.
and so
They
addictive
know
that you put
what the
quarter
people
after
want.
quarter in just to increase your score. And that means something. We are the largest creator and marketer of arcade and consumer interactive entertainment.
You're in
the
fact
world.
precisely 40 games for
I noted that
32X.
one of my
Wow.
best friends among the competition said in a recent article, our heritage claim was
That-
much overused.
yeah. I was
Trust me
gonna
when
say
I
like
this, if
32.
any other company could claim
That might
the
just be me
heritage of 40+
confusing it with
years
the name of the
understanding
console.
The mind of the game player, it would. What it's
How many does the Virtual Boy have? I think it has more than the Virtual Boy did.
Criterion for success in this business. We create interactive entertainment hits in and outside the home.
36 is the number your mind jumped to, yeah.
There's a new consumer mind out there, older, more affluent. This is a group that has positively proven it can be drawn to gaming when gaming delivers the kind of
Virtual Boy
immersive
has
experiences
19,
they
yeah.
want. To those of you who pointed Myst as an example of the
Myst!
kind of CD game young adults want, I say that's
Mismentioned!
right. And we'll do that kind better on our CD-ROM game platforms.
That's
And the
right.
arcades will be faster, more sensually
We are going to be
far more
doing
social
Myst
and
but
interactive.
better on the Sega
So what matters to this
consoles.
new consumer
And that's why I'm
mind
proud
all
to
boils
present
down
to you
this.
the Mansion of
You want
Hidden
a great,
Souls.
immersive experience that helps them relax, escape, compete, win, and most importantly, have fun. No matter
Have
what kind of
fun?
tech talk you hear in the
You
next
can have
few days, it
fun?
will certainly be contributing to that. The game is
He
what
did say
counts,
second games
not
are more
what makes it
sensual.
great.
Is
In
he
early
wrong?
days,
Is he
it was
wrong?
technology, the first to deliver sound, the first to deliver color. So too with games, the first to deliver great speed, the first to deliver realistic sound and
The
color.
first to deliver great
Now, we believe
speed.
our
It's talking about
Genesis 32X
Sonic.
and Sega Saturn technologies are better than their respective competitors. But we realize it's the software the consumer cares about. We're at the point where the
Yeah.
experience of the game, the
Consumers
story
love
inside the
software.
game, is what matters. Suspension of disbelief. It's
Uh-huh.
always been the fundamental component of diversion, whether that diversion was books, theaters, or movies. Advances in gaming mean we will come to supply that component more effectively than any other medium. The interactive entertainment
Suspension of disbelief better than any other medium.
All of us to finally realize our dreams.
What would you say, what medium would you say has the best sense of suspension of disbelief to you?
We're going to move into and occupy new worlds that were formerly only available to us in our dreams. Now this suggests some obvious...
It is a strange question, isn't it?
Side-scrolling games, for all the fun and success they've brought us, will ultimately give way to newer, more complex genres.
That's right, Kalinsky. Fuck side-scrollers. We got new, more complex shit now.
Side-scrolling games over the next 2 or 3 years. So am I talking about a revolution here? Not really. But I am absolutely saying it's time for the press and the analysts to take off their cautionary hats for a change, to move the meter a tick or so to the right, to see that this is an industry that merely paused to take a breath before resuming its stunning growth pattern. This is a $5 billion industry that was $1 billion 8 years ago.
That sounds right.
And it's going to grow, my numbers, 9 or 10 billion by the year 2000, whereas the link is 11 billion. Okay, up to this point, a lot of what I've said has been pretty qualitative or predictive in nature. Do I have any historical...
It's kind of easy to forget, now that we're on the other side of it, how often in the 90s people were always just talking about the year 2000.
We anticipate that Sega Saturn's first full year in Japan will yield sales of 2.6 million. Now, if you conservatively translate that to the US market, we expect to sell over 3 million units here in the first full year on the market. We
now, how did that turn out? I don't know the numbers. 3 million Saturns in the US? I don't think that happened.
We believe Sega Saturn sales in the US before Christmas will be in the neighborhood of 600,000 units. You may have seen some argument in the trade press between Sega and Sony about who sold the most in the Japanese market. Well, we did. But the import of the sales figures go way beyond just who sold more in one key Asian market. Together, the sales are fantastic. They mean a bigger, broader market than we've ever experienced before. They mean we
Yuji, what a cute child. Is he yours? Tom Clancy, he signs his tweets?
So how can Sega and others in our industry make this rosy picture come true? By going to the next level as quickly as possible.
Going to the next level? Welcome to the next level like Sega? Whoa.
But you knew that. I can't speak for my competitors, but I do know the kind of products we're bringing to market soon are going to hit that bigger, broader group
That's
of
quite
consumers
soon.
like nothing's ever hit it before. They're going to push the bounds of what great arcade technology can do, but they're going to do that on people's TV sets at home. We're launching Sega Saturn with great software. Here's Daytona on Sega Saturn. Daytona's the #1 grossing arcade game worldwide today.
Yeah, Daytona. Let's hear it. Daytona! Yeah! Blast that Hornet! Hornet!
360-degree immersion, great production values, super 3D visuals and stereo sound. Games like Panzer Dragoon will more
Panzer Dragoon.
satisfy them.
Oh, yes. Yeah, show us that shit. This is... what, this is stage 6, I think?
And now, with the help of my able and charming assistant, Tim Dunley, let me show you what a top arcade
Tim Dunley, I don't know this guy.
Looks like on the Sega Saturn platform.
That's right. Hello, Brian.
Fighter is the best fighting game ever done. It's #1 in Japan. It has a cult following.
The #1 fighting game. Virtua.
In Europe. There is computer modeling, animation. All of these fighters were real fighters, real human beings practicing different.
They're real human beings. Sarah Bryant, she's a real human being. Jeffrey McWild, a real human being.
Oh, you lost? Or did you win? You won. Oh, good, Jim.
He just assumes he lost.
And that product on Saturn looks as good as it does in the arcade. And here's a quick look at some of the other Sega Saturn games consumers will be choosing from at our launch.
Jeffrey is real and he can hurt you, yeah? Oh yeah. Awesome footage of the sizzle. Yeah, let's get in there, Anthony. Yeah, these are the 3 games you just mentioned. What about some others, though? Get ready for Bug! God, we might see Bug. Hockey Baby. Clockwork Knight! Pepper Chow mentioned! He's talking about, like, side-scrollers becoming a thing of the past, and he shows Clockwork Knight. Missed! Find my pages, Tom Kalinske. What was this? I didn't see the logo very well. Drift Chaser, did it say? I don't know that game at all. Baseball. There he is! It's Bug! This is the kind of gameplay that's gonna make side-scrollers a thing of the past.
Now, those games are either all done or days away from completion. Here's one that isn't done, but will be ready by Christmas.
Oh? What we got? Car. Driving through this idyllic Italian city. Straight into the Roman Colosseum. Hello, Bahamut. Oh, the people love it. They love watching the Colosseum destroy.
As Yogi also said, you can see a lot just by looking.
So true.
And after looking at that stuff, I find it hard to believe young adults aren't going to find these games appealing. In fact, I believe everyone will find these games.
I don't know what that game was.
People are going to make the time and the budget to buy and play them. Is there developer motivation? Judge by yourself. More than 100 third parties are now developing Sega Saturn software for 1995, and we anticipate a full library of 80 outstanding third-party titles on
80 outstanding third-party titles on Sega
I think the
Saturn.
bottom line, perhaps the understandable bottom line behind any media and analyst comments regarding market saturation are simply blown away by this kind of product. And I'm not completely naive. I'm sure my competitors, well, in due time, will be showing similarly outrageous
In due time, wow.
will be appearing on your TVs. The kind of technology under the hood of every Sega Saturn
Wow,
will
Tom.
forward our new consumers demand.
I gotta play
Sega
Virtual
Saturn's
Highlight someday.
orchestra of engines for that leapfrog result. No less than 3 Hitachi 32-bit RISC processors are used for the main power. 2 video display processors generate character and gameplay images and background graphics. A custom sound chip and a digital signal processor yields up to 32
It's so sad the
voices
emotes can't be
and
big
CD
on
quality audio.
this chat
I said the
overlay.
message wasn't technical, didn't I? The fact is, parallel multiple processing, such as we employ on Sega Saturn, makes bit counting an obsolete exercise. If you want to play that game, we could say Sega Saturn's a 128-bit system, but I won't do that, I promise, because gameplay is made up of graphics, speed,
128
sound,
bits,
game
huh?
design, all yielding magic, not bits. Gameplay will be evaluated on
Oh
the
fuck,
magic it
it's got
provides,
magic
not on
instead of
some technical
bits.
feature
That
bits per dollar.
rules.
And our marketing will exploit that. The full thrust of our marketing efforts will be directed to make the consumer know how he or she will feel when playing
He
Sega
or
Saturn.
she.
You and the consumers will be
For
hearing a lot
1995,
from
that's
us,
woke.
and a lot from everybody as our business approaches this new level.
Or they weren't there yet. They weren't there yet.
It's
still 1995. They don't got internet.
Expenditures from the business as a whole. For 1995, we're looking at $250 million in projected media buys. And that's just from the major manufacturers. That figure is up from $125 million only a year and a half ago. $100 million of that $250 million will be from Sega alone. And believe me, we don't spend $100 million unless we're confident
$100 million
about success.
Sega marketing support.
If you add in the kind of media purchased by the big retailers, such as Toys R Us and Walmart and Target, the figure balloons to $500 million. A keynote speech is no place for a point-by-point explanation of the
Toys R
marketing
Us.
plan, but I hope you'll forgive at least some details about one of the more obvious components of the plan.
Actually, I
our
guess there are
advertising.
still some Toys R
If Sega
Us's.
advertising to the millions of teens and young adults we consider our primary audience has been, well, occasionally shocking.
Somehow. Yeah?
It has also been
The dog
honest
saying Sega?
and genuinely funny.
Quite shocking.
Communicated enough sense of product so that those TV sophisticates, the cynical 14 to 25-year-old, knew we weren't just preaching to them. Well,
The
advertising
TV
to
sophisticates
older
of
crowd isn't
age
in fact, I
14
cannot
to
imagine
25.
a broad category where there's a closer connection between successful advertising and product successes. But we're not backing away from the challenge.
God, if only they were announcing
Contrary,
Sega to censor
I think
for the
we're
US
moving
market.
closer to the edge. We might
Then
even
we'd be
establishing
talking. Then maybe the Sega Saturn might have
this
moved
is
out
not
here.
going to be simulation of gameplay so much as depiction of how the gameplay
If there was a
will
man
feel
threatening the
when
lives of
engaged
people
with
who
Sega
didn't play Sega
Our
Saturn.
vision is to replicate the sensory overload this kind of gameplay will induce. The advertising objective? To create such a desire for the games that they will literally sell themselves. Here's a 60-second spot that we will be running as soon as we can manage.
Yeah, let's see it.
Welcome to the theater of the eye.
Oh, I've seen this one.
Rods and cones report to the orbital side.
How nice. We're trimming the toenails.
This, yes,
What's
this
that?
will cause the Saturn games to fly off the shelves instantaneously.
This is the brain. What's going on down there?
Here's what's going on! You get
What else can go wrong?
Urgent synapse on line 2. It's the sphincter.
The Sphinx, what? What are you? I forgot the sphincter.
I guarantee you, every 22-year-old in North America knows what a sphincter is and why a game makes it react, even if the rest of us have to think about it.
You know what,
Now,
Tom?
let's look at two 30-second
Yeah, I think
spots
that's gonna
that
make
ought
the
to be
games
equally
fly right
effective
off the
in
shelves.
grabbing people's attention.
Welcome to the theater of the eye. 500,000 polygons a second.
The memory storage wants to see it so bad. The cone outfit is a little, yes. Yeah, they're cones! From rods and cones! Yeah, it might be a poor costume design choice.
Real sports.
Keep it down a little.
The teeth on the rods. What's happening there?
There you go.
Forever.
The wrestling men? Representing adrenaline?
So get your rods and cones ready. our advertising.
Okay.
We're communicating how the body, the eyes, the ears, the nerves, and yes, the sphincter react to this new immersive experience. I think.
I mean, they're saying that basically.
An opportunity. When he sees opportunity, he takes it. So do we. We're taking all the opportunities we can to make this business soar. And since I began my remarks with an announcement, I may as well finish with another.
Yep.
We started our rollout of Sega Saturn yesterday. We're at retail today in 1,800 Toys R Us, branches, software, etc., and electronic
there it is.
stores around the U.S. and
The
Canada.
Sega Saturn Shadow Drop.
The price is between $399 and $449. We have 10 software titles at retail in the next few days, 20 by August. Our total rollout will take the summer to complete, but we're starting today in store and
Insane play. Wonder if it worked.
TV with these commercials. It's not only
It's out there.
It's out there. Thanks. It's been an honor.
Well, you know what? You know what? Tom's right. They should show more Panzer-Dragoon gameplay. That game is good. That game is good as fuck. And it hard cuts to Sony. The guy just says $199 and walks away. Yeah. I mean, we are hard cutting to Sony now.
The sickest band in the world.
The sickest band in the world, you know? Anthony's just like, yeah, I gotta get the song. Listen to this.
Way back.
Maybe want this down a little bit. It does feel like the Sony part is louder. I'm sure once we get a suit talking,
with a tape recorder.
The world's
it'll be
first
different. Oh my god,
successful
is it Keanu?
The combination that started it all. Smaller is better. And bigger is way better.
Looks good, but how about even bigger?
There was Johnny Mnemonic in the B-roll. Okay. Yeah, I missed that because I was looking at the volume control.
A movie the size of a paperback.
Roll tape.
Guy who has a portable supercomputer in his pocket. I have this portable TVs. I kind of get you. It's a funny and charming sort of technology.
Camcorders the size of a paperback?
Okay, let's get good.
This guy is obsessed with things being the size of a paperback.
What's a record?
Oh, the MD, yeah.
What's a cassette?
Now this dish redefines the word menu.
Direct satellite reception.
Sony digital delivery systems for every media.
This guy. Obviously the content itself. Because content is unique. Jay Sherman.
3D.
Oh, fuck, IMAX. Remember IMAX?
Interactive.
Interactive in 3D. Big deals that don't have to be big.
Oh? Oh, they're hiding it.
The Total Entertainment Company is now
The secret.
into the game.
The PlayStation is here.
In 1991, Sony established a new division to focus on the burgeoning multimedia marketplace, Sony Electronic Publishing Company.
How is
Sony
the audio
Corporation
levels on
America's
this still, by the
CEO,
way?
Michael Showfloor,
Keep me posted.
appointed Olaf Olafsson as president
Am I
of this new
competing too much?
operation.
Is it good?
As president, Olaf directs worldwide operations for
Okay.
Sony businesses
Totally fine.
that include
Okay.
Sony Computer Entertainment of America, Sony Computer Entertainment of Europe, Sony ImageSoft, and Sony Psygnosis. He also oversees sales and marketing
Psygnosis.
operations for Sony's CD-ROM manufacturing business. At the same time, Olaf finds time to write. To date, he has written 3 novels, a collection of short stories, and a play. His
Wow.
latest novel, Absolution, has been published by Random House.
Absolutely.
Forbes calls the Iceland-born Olafsson, quote, a top-notch Nordic novelist who may become that true rarity, an Icelandic Nobel Prize winner. And the story doesn't end there. Olaf is also a physicist from Brandeis University. In
They would
total,
never
his
abandon
background
the
reflects
legacy of physical
synthesis
media.
of
Why would they
talents
do
and
that?
knowledge required for technology and content-driven business. Without any further delay, I'm pleased to introduce you to Olaf Olafsson.
Good morning. Thank you very much. You can tell from the video that I don't represent a conventional video game company. This morning, I hope to show you why that may be the best news our industry could possibly receive. I want to start by discussing this industry that Sony is about to enter, the interactive entertainment platform business. But first let me note that I'm pleased I'm not welcoming all of you to Philadelphia. By that I mean that it's obvious to us all that we are not in a tent. Instead, this time we're indoors at our own trade show. Industry momentum accelerating.
I heard on the Video Game History Foundation podcast that previously it was like, you know, video games are outside with the refrigerators.
That Sony's PlayStation introduction coincides with this development. There is significant activity underway in the marketplace, and now is the time for a definitive technology. 5 billion in sales is an impressive achievement. But as we move forward, we need to look carefully at where we're headed as an industry. As an industry, we need to ask the questions I'll attempt to answer today. How can we expand our audience and in turn, our business? How can we move beyond the current dip in the hardware cycle at 16-bit and reach our 6, 7, 8, or even $10 billion potential? The answer, simply enough, begins with technology.
This is a really good PowerPoint so far.
Advances in technology come and go about every 5 years. 4-bit, 8-bit, 16-bit. And each new technology has promoted growth in both hardware and software.
Did we generally call
now, however,
this console's 4-bit back then?
In the 16-bit past, technology certainly got us closer to achieving
Life cycle of
our
video
goals,
game, that's right.
but not nearly close enough. And this is evident by the pending collapse of the 16-bit platforms, which we're all witnessing much faster than anyone anticipated. Let's look
The
at
impending
16-bit
collapse of
technology for a
16-bit.
second. 2-dimensional animated sprites that made it nearly impossible for the creative community to move beyond riddle-based puzzle-type games. Look at sports games.
It's completely impossible to do anything other than riddle-based puzzle games or sports games.
But it was still extremely
What
restricted.
game is that?
In the movies,
On the left.
it would be the equivalent of directing a film where the hero could only move from side to side, and the special effects consisted of a scrolling background. Imagine a rich film like The Shawshank Redemption.
No, it's not Dragon Quest.
If Tim Robbins or Morgan Freeman would only speak for 20 minutes without reducing the frame rate or without losing colors or motion.
Morgan Freeman can only speak for 20 minutes without reducing the frame rate.
Computers are not designed for easy access to entertainment.
God, everybody's out here is like, no, computers cannot be the future for video games. It doesn't work. It's so complicated to install. What a funny
This
thing.
urge for instant access to entertainment applies to all content media, and it always has. To books, to compact discs, to video cassettes.
What a funny remnant of 1995.
There's no problem.
Books? Yeah, instant access, so true. Whoa! Richard House, welcome! Welcome to the stream. We're watching E3 1995
If you want to enjoy your
from the Video Game History Foundation archives tonight. I hope you had a good time with your Patreon request lightning round.
It's an extremely frustrating experience for the average consumer.
Yeah, the Sega Saturn is out now. You just missed Kolinsky announcing that the Sega Saturn was already in stores.
Nicely delivering easy access to enhanced entertainment driven by much better technology.
Yes, the future is using a key on your car.
The gamer. We must surprise the gamer with a new level of interactive entertainment that will sustain and grow his interest and attract new consumers. If it's true that entertainment consumers are demanding, then our gamers are demanding to the end.
I literally don't do
Our
that. Yeah.
Is the digital kid who expects technology to be different every day.
This is today's gamer, everybody.
Anything before MTV and the PC. He lives in a fast-moving technoscape with a soundbite and the 20-second commercial.
This is being filmed like a found footage horror film.
The internet is his lunch.
God!
If we continue to serve him 2D scrolling games,
The internet is his lunch.
will never grow as an industry. So the question is, how do we become dinner?
How do we become dinner? How do video games become dinner?
And that's just what we at Sony have in mind.
And the answer is the next generation.
Technology has to provide immersive entertainment. The immersive, evolving technology of the Sony PlayStation. It's a huge difference in interactive entertainment, and the whole industry is going to benefit.
PlayStation.
As an industry, we must learn from the experiences of other entertainment media.
Next time I'll bring my
Media which
tripod,
have
yeah?
consistently delivered technological advances to enhance entertainment and to stimulate industry growth.
Yeah, this is all just like camcorder footage by this guy, Anthony Parisi, who donated his old videos to the Video Game History Foundation.
Color, advances
It's real
in camera
cool.
equipment, sound stages, special effects.
Last night we were watching Winter CES 95.
Demand to be wowed, intellectually, visually, and emotionally.
Also from the same collection.
Entertainment today needs to target several senses.
It really
The same
was.
applies to television. Advancing technology has always been critical to its
That's the
popularity.
classic
The
television.
move to color, stereo sound, bigger screens, visual radio with the advent of MTV, VCRs added on so that TV could better deliver the movie experience in the home.
Visual radio with the advent of MTV.
Through improved technology. It's a medium that kept its audience by diversifying. So why am I talking about history? I'm doing that because the video game industry is, at its heart, in the entertainment business. And like the movies and television, our entertainment content grows from better hardware and better technology. Noticeably better interactive entertainment technology will free up the creative community and our content.
It's a way to interpret it, yeah.
And since gamers buy the entertainment content, the rush of the experience, they'll buy more entertainment, but only if it's better. I believe we are certainly capable of advancing the industry. This $5 billion business, which many of you in this room have created in a remarkably short period of time. An industry as big as the domestic motion picture box office. And today we have the attention and the dollars of entertainment's biggest consumers, the gamers. These consumers are more inclined to buy interactive entertainment than anyone ever before. They grew up with it, and there is no adjustment curve. If you look at how movie and television entertainment improved over the years, you'll notice how much more believable the entertainment became. This is a lesson our industry must heed.
They're talking about they're talking about the suspension of disbelief again, like Klinsky was suspended disbelief.
Became more invisible to them. The technology delivered a more seamless experience, which ultimately became more involving entertainment. Pre-next generation game technology still makes it impossible for the gamer to suspend disbelief.
It is impossible for gamers to suspend disbelief. Until now.
Graphics, animation, and sounds. We've got to get him pulled into the game, to the story, and to get him immersed. This is the immersive entertainment I alluded to earlier.
Wait, is this idea of immersive entertainment Mortal Kombat?
To deliver an immersive, totally absorbing entertainment experience.
Yeah, I know. Immersion was huge as a buzzword for a long, long time, but like suspending, like using it as like specifically like suspension of disbelief, that like gamers cannot suspend disbelief with 2D graphics is like really funny to me. I don't know.
With a compact disc. Everything we do is entertainment. From all sectors of consumer electronics, to motion picture studios, music labels, TV series, home video, movie theaters. And all of this heritage has been invested in the PlayStation.
PlayStation.
The technology and entertainment will deliver with the PlayStation are mainstay and not ancillary to any other businesses. Sony's commitment to the future of interactive entertainment, where hardware and software come together. Sony's belief in a full partnership between hardware and entertainment is reflected in Sony Computer Entertainment, the first Sony company to house hardware and software under one roof. This translates into a flow of resources between PlayStation technology and
the house became an arrows. Wow. That's graphic design.
And Sony, the global entertainment company. The PlayStation represents a tremendously significant product launch for Sony. And we are completely dedicated to its success. From research and development, to manufacturing, marketing, distribution. Start with product design by Sony's brightest technologists, Mr. Ken Kutaragi, with the benefit of Sony's 20-year digital heritage. Pick up the distribution by Sony's global distribution network. Continue with more than 350 worldwide Sony employees dedicated to software. Conclude with the allocation of marketing resources on a Sony-scale PlayStation. What do you get? Well, let's take a quick look.
That's good. All right.
Okay, we got footage.
A little ripple just isn't enough to get players.
They love close-up of the eyes.
Even with plumbers.
Whoa! You want to show that?
Did they need? But now it's time for a station break. Introducing Sony PlayStation, the breakthrough that takes gamers deeper into the game. It's totally immersive entertainment, and it forever changes the rules of the game, putting players in command of the most powerful game console ever. With multiple custom Sony processors, it's a rush of power, man.
Yeah, that's what it's gonna look like. That's what it's gonna look like in real time. Was that Legacy of Kain? That's awesome. I'm not particularly familiar with the series.
Is that Carnage? Equivalent of 500 million instructions per second. It has the power of a 3D graphics workstation.
It's a workstation. It's a PlayStation.
Once gamers check into the PlayStation, they take fate into their own hands.
Holy shit. You can finally take fate in your own hands with the PlayStation. It's a space station.
Incredibly responsive.
It's a gas station. I see.
Co-creative entertainment.
A first aid station. Alright. Cool manta ray.
Best game developers. You're there. First-person gaming from the company that's always first in entertainment technology. Sony PlayStation. Into the game.
I've never seen it before. I wasn't up on even the existence of the PlayStation until Final Fantasy VII.
Thank you. The talent.
Yeah, it's kind of wild, huh?
Now encompasses more than
I hadn't thought of that either.
developers worldwide. And today, as we speak, all of these forces already are producing a new standard in interactive entertainment. Names that include Electronic Arts, Namco, Acclaim, Interplay, Virgin Interactive, Time Warner Interactive, Crystal Dynamics.
And these are all still
many, many more.
the high-end standard of gaming companies today.
PlayStation technology begins with a commitment to CD-based technology. A commitment that means television video quality and CD audio quality, which the ROM-based cartridges cannot touch. A commitment that also means short production cycles and investment in the best games, not the biggest inventory. Huge inventory costs and the risks associated with ROM-based cartridges.
Literally, any of those companies are still independent now. Yeah.
PlayStation technology continues with a powerful engine delivering Sony's digital experience. Multiple processors carry the power of 500 million.
Yeah, short production cycles.
Same power found in high-end workstations. Broadcast quality sound and video at 30 frames per second. 3D animated graphics generated in real time. Multiple camera
Damn,
angles,
500 MIPS.
hyper-realistic
Mario 64 just got 1 MIPS.
A system named for the power of a 50,000.
Actually, no, there's 2. You have to get start from MIPS twice.
At a somewhat more affordable price. And that brings me to the retail level.
Affordable price, huh?
What about the PlayStation at retail? That's the true test. The technology and the entertainment delivered by the PlayStation will create tremendous excitement at retail. All of our PlayStation promises will be realized through retail.
PlayStation trademarks promise.
Consumers will be surprised by the power of PlayStation's technology. They will be absorbed in unequaled interactive experience.
You really should have brought the tripod, Anthony.
They will be sold in the names behind the PlayStation games. If events in Japan are any indication, consumers are going to vote with their dollars for the PlayStation as the next generation system. In Japan, under the leadership of Mr. Terry Tokonaka, Sony Computer Entertainment sold close to 1 million units of hardware and 4 million games since the launch in December. Now let me get to the best news of all, aggressive pricing that brings this only true next generation system into the home.
The only true next generation system.
Might actually want to know what that price is.
Yeah, let's see the price.
And since it's a beautiful day here in Los Angeles, I'm going to ask Sony Computer Entertainment President of America, Steve Reyes, to join me for a brief presentation.
Here we are, the brief presentation.
$299.
$299. And then he leaves. Fucking gotta. This is like the opposite of $599 US.
This should put the rest of these rooms.
Did you just say that just put me in the ballpark?
With this price, $299 retail price, we've achieved a magic mass market price point.
The magic mass market price point.
We realized at PlayStation's launch, which as Steve announced last night, will be Saturday, September 9th. Then
wow.
The gamer will find more than 20 PlayStation
September 9th, huh?
At over
auspicious day.
Retail outlets nationwide. I hope that I've painted a compelling picture of the future of our industry, that it will not only maintain its current market, but grow that market.
Consider the PlayStation.
The total entertainment pie is substantial. And as an industry, we are now in a position to enjoy a bigger slice than ever before. We at Sony believe that improved technology will light the path to a renaissance for this industry. And in partnership with the creative community and the retail community, we look forward to a bright future, empowered by technology, but continuously renewed by creativity. I hope you'll enjoy this first truly dedicated interactive entertainment show. And before I leave the podium, I'm going to ask you to...
This was the first E3.
...seconds and watch a short video, and I thank you for the time you took to listen.
Looks at the video. I want to see video. I gotta watch videos in my videos. Oh, flying to the canyon. $199 September 95 would be equivalent to $651 today. The magic price point, huh? They're probably gonna mute me for this, but whatever. Yeah, he wasn't wrong. Yeah, I mean, they're actually like business guys. Is that Kolinsky? Yeah, we had Kolinsky earlier for the Sega presser. Like I said earlier, the culture had not formed yet. They hadn't realized that you're supposed to wear a graphic tee under your blazer. Yeah. It is a pop. And Twitch is gonna shoot me for it, but that's fine.
That's silly. So we wanted to satisfy our loyal users who really were saying, come on, we know you got this thing ready, let's go. So we're trying to satisfy those consumers. Secondly, the point of any strategy is to have a competitive advantage with the other guys. And by launching early, that gives us an advantage. They can't do it. Sony can do it,
our launch is going to be earlier than the PlayStation, so it's better.
We think being first is important. It's going to build up the
It's already out there. You can go get that right now. So I mean, we're doing it better than PlayStation, right?
Right over here. Hi, Scott Edrick with the Hollywood Reporter. Is there a counter move now? Sony's announcement of $299 price point?
Well, we said
That's $299 without software. So we're $399 with a $60 unit of software included. So if you back out our software, our comparable price is $340. So
He's fumbling over the map so bad, man.
Each company knows what their product is worth. And, as I said, we're
oh man, Kalinske.
Same price to
okay, so that's still more.
So no surprise there. Yes. In the middle over here, I can't see, so I'm only pointing where you're pointing. Any question? Okay, sorry.
God, that's so sad.
You remarked earlier that the Saturn is a home entertainment, aimed at the home entertainment rooms of the house. Do you have any plans to integrate digital video disc technology with this? And if so, what format?
We
how about the digital video discs?
Announce on that, but I will tell you that the Saturn has a lot of capabilities that we haven't yet talked about. The things we have talked about are obviously
okay, but the console is released, so
photo CD capability, the regular audio CD capability. But you'll notice on the top there is a cartridge slot. Everybody says, "What's that for?" Well, it could always be for more memory.
Right, okay.
One or two, something else.
Okay, thanks.
Tom, what piece of software are you packing with this?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I said in the speech. We're packing up Virtua Fighter, which is the best martial arts game. No blood involved. Just pure
no blood. It's the best martial arts game, but no blood.
Fighting skills.
It's just fighting skills.
What was that last game that we didn't get a name on that looked really good?
Yeah, what was that last game?
We haven't named it yet, so I can't.
I see. Okay, so that was not a real video game.
I hate to give you the code name because that probably would confuse
That
everyone.
okay. Confirmed. That was not a real video game. That was just an animation they made.
How many markets will these 1,800 stores represent that you're out in today?
Well, we're in every market in the United States in these 1,800 stores. We're in Toys R Us.
He is really stressed about the PlayStation praise.
Distribution, and that's why we're able to be on television.
For every market.
We'll continue shipping to these same retailers. You know, you can't just ship them and have them sell out and not be back in business. So we've got to ship a lot of product to them.
Yeah, they really did.
Once we get to 30-some thousand units, then we can start. Which will be very soon, by the way. Then we can start with other markets, other retailers.
Sony pulled the rug out of them from that, and then like everybody in '99 going like, I'm gonna wait for the PlayStation 2 for the Dreamcast launch. And they just shot him dead.
With Nintendo's recent announcement that they're delaying the Ultra 6 support till April, how do you respond to that?
Just like we did.
You respond to that.
I think history has a way of repeating itself. If you look at the 16-bit market wars, we were first, we wound up being best. We believe that being first provides us with a very, very important strategic advantage. There's huge pent-up demand for the next generation.
Yeah, being first is a strategic advantage, it's true.
We right now are the only game in town, and the best game in town.
Yeah, we're the only game until September.
It's very, very difficult for our competitors to overcome. So the strategic significance of announcing now, announcing at the price point, packing in Virtua Fighter, which is the #1 arcade game going right now, is very, very important for Sega.
#1 arcade game.
We weren't surprised at their delay.
We weren't surprised.
So, for alternative input devices, do you have any other plans for different types of input?
You mean peripherals? Yes, we have several peripherals that will be available at launch. We have an arcade racer specifically designed for the Daytona game, which is an actual analog steering wheel.
Kalinske, air steering wheel.
Game, which actually emulates the playability of the arcade game in the home, all the way down to the
like that, you know.
We have a mission stick
like
for
driving.
games like Panzer Dragoon, which are an actual analog
yeah, like an arcade stick, you know?
Something that we think is going to be very, very unique, which is our six-player
Why is he
pack,
pantomiming?
which will allow in certain games, for example, NHL hockey, for full 12 or 6-on-6 play through a single unit. So you'll be able in games like hockey and basketball to control every player on the court or on the ice through an individual, which we think will create a whole new social phenomena of people playing against each other in the Family's Entertainment Center, which we believe is where Sega will ultimately reside. The Sega Saturn. Right?
These poor dumb bastards, yeah. Kalinsky, he really looks like he is experiencing the gamer realization of the relevance of the sphincter to gaming, as he mentioned earlier.
We postponed it because we thought we had enough on our plate with Saturn and 32X, Genesis, and Game Gear. You're right, I mean, 32X has been a little bit below our expectations. However, we have a lot of great software coming for 32X, and we believe that, you know, this is a big market. Not everybody is going to pay either the $299 plus $60 for a Sony system or $399 for our system. So there's still a market there of people who want to have this experience or close to it, but don't have that kind of money. But for $149 or less, they can experience 32X, and we think.
Yeah. So we're gonna have 32X, and it's gonna be cheaper. So it's still gonna be we're still gonna be on top, right? Because like probably some people can't afford that PlayStation, even though it's cheaper than the Saturn. So like, you know, 32X, we'll still scoop them up. It's good. It's good.
Well, we haven't dropped Neptune. The idea of Neptune just postponed it, so I would assume.
Oh, the Neptune? They haven't dropped Neptune. They're just postponing Neptune.
Yes,
Steve Holmes from London. Two things. When are you going to be launching elsewhere in the world? I don't know if anybody can help you with that. Second thing, the Sega channel. Will there be Saturn games on the Sega channel?
Okay.
Yeah.
In terms of
good question.
Elsewhere, the current
How about the Sega channel?
Which is somewhat controlled by our production, is for the late summer for Europe. I know they would like to change that if they could. In terms of Saturn on the Sega channel, remember most of these games have very, very full computer graphics, and in some cases film graphics.
Completely impossible to download a Sega Saturn game.
For the current infrastructure of the cable industry in this country right now. So for the current period of time, you can't put games as big as the Saturn games down, and they take forever.
Yeah. Can't send those Saturn games down the pipes.
Cartridge-based platform. Way back.
Joe Gill, this is there Tuesday. Mr. Olofsson said that they sold 1 million PlayStation.
He said almost 1 million.
This is a very sad conference. Yeah, they were just asking about the 32X. Oh, game footage? Okay. Go in sync. Ooh, that Sega Q&A was quite sad.
We're delighted to be involved with Williams and Sculptured Software, who has taken the product and something that we actually could not believe could be done and brought it to the Super Nintendo in a true faithful, that is Doom. We couldn't believe it. And turn around when you're done here, walk up to the consoles and check it out. You got Doom on the Super Nintendo.
You got Doom on the Super Nintendo!
Thanks for having us. Thanks for doing Doom. Jay Welber.
Ed Software
No, not Ed.
Mesquite, Texas. All right, good. Thank you, Jay. Well, we're gonna wind this up a little bit.
Yeah,
by
that was so nightmarish to watch.
Mortal Kombat, the movie, and if we're ready back there, guys, let's roll it.
I'm not gonna play it tonight, but if any of you have never seen Absolutely Rose Street, Sega's fake teen drama
Jeremy.
That's an infomercial for the 32X. You should really look it up.
Okay, John is now killing you, but that's okay. Sector wins!
Both players are sector. I gotta be honest with you, this whole game thing doesn't work.
Yeah, that's the one. What was that, Ham?
All right! That's good, Jeremy. Except Sector wins again. Yeah, that John Tobias and Ed Boone, they're pretty good at this game.
Come on, Jeremy.
And you know, for any of the press who also would like to try and play John Tobias,
The world is watching a Jeremy.
like a challenge, we can do that afterwards at any of the game stations. All right, very good, you guys. Outstanding job. You didn't get your butt kicked that bad, Jeremy.
Why Jeremy
All right,
reaction?
ladies
Hi,
and
Adeline.
gentlemen, feel free to play against John or Ed. It'll be a challenge, I can promise you that.
Let me just say, for those of you who would like to work with John and Ed, a little Q&A with the game, please feel free to do that. We'll set it up for you. Likewise on Doom, we have two development people here from Sculptured Software.
Never seen it being at a tie. Well, they were being very professional at this first E3. They were all wearing suits.
What you look like.
Except for this guy, I guess.
Back from Sculptured Software in Salt Lake City.
Sector and Cyrax are ladies encouraging Mortal Kombat timeline. Hashtag girl. Awesome. I barely know anything about Mortal Kombat. Like, I don't think I've ever heard of this Nightwolf guy. We're playing the MK equivalent of Alpha 1 right now. Oh, it went over that poorly? I didn't know that. Yeah, they did like a second Mortal Kombat reboot, right? Oh, the Sega Saturn Cherry Coke Mobile! Awesome! Hell yeah! No, that says 1995. Oh god, it's Raymond! Oh god, that's a terrifying Raymond. Just somewhere? Yeah, there's somewhere. Okay. Just blue for a bit. Okay. Yeah, there's somewhere coming up. Rayman cut to blue. This is FNAF. It's maybe adjacent. Mascot horror. Here we are. The people were dying to see Diddy Kong's quest. Is this title screen different? This looks different to me. I've never played that much DKC. But something about that title screen seemed not familiar. It is, okay. Doesn't animate in the final. That makes sense, yeah. It's Diddy's Conquest in the final. Weird. Yeah, in the final. I like him just pausing on Diddy staring at the camera. Maybe I should play one of these someday. Yeah! The sounds are very different. Head for Saturn. Getting impressed by how clearly you can hear the game. Must be super loud. Do you all need the audio to go up? Is this quiet right now? Cause yeah, it's kind of loud for me. It's good volume? Okay. Who's that kid? Yeah, they got the booth babes. It was that time. Oh, you'd expect the... Oh, right. Okay, I get you. Wait. I want to see that CG skeleton that was there for a sec. Sprite's doing the dance. That's awesome. A little too much flashing. Sorry about that, everybody. It's really funny that it has like nunchucks as part of the routine. I guess it's just part of it being like martial arts. Work in progress. Let's see this work in progress. I want to know. Squaresoft? It's Secret of Evermore again!
You hear the music?
The noise coming from inside children! Yeah!
No story? No story.
It's got no story? Were they afraid of people seeing the Ed Con build?
trying, it won't let you.
Oh, you can hear Chrono Trigger in the background.
Oh, wait. Big new game. Damn. Hold on, see what I say.
Is Evermore using the Chrono Trigger music, or is the Chrono Trigger music coming from the, like, behind them?
Oh, this looks cool. We didn't get this before.
It wasn't here last time. It wasn't here, baby.
This was.
Not the intro, no, it wasn't.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
This really does seem like it has kind of like an eerie ambiance to it. I can understand why somebody would make up a fake creepypasta about this game, maybe. The ads, too. Pretty skies! Wow! Stream yesterday reminded me of that creepypasta. I'm happy to remind anybody of the Secret of Evermore EdCon creepypasta. Yeah, that's gotta be from, like, another station behind them, right?
Wow, the dog's a little puppy.
What a classic! Wow, the dog's a little puppy! I guess because they saw it at CES, right? So they saw the dog being, like, a big wolf dog, right? If you can't tell, I've never played Secret of Evermore. Load it up, yeah, maybe it's time. Mummy, a chainsaw, and a balloon animal.
Don't they come up into that thing?
Yeah, I'm sorry you did miss Tom Kalinske shitting his pants. He was really shitting his pants. It was so brutal. Where's my dog? Is it here, Pupster? Yeah, they've got like a Chrono Trigger station somewhere in the background, I think.
See him sniffing.
Oh yeah, you see him sniffing?
If you hold on, you can walk through walls.
Checking for the wall walking.
I just want to see if I can make
debug function. I gotta turn that up. I gotta turn up the Mega Man 7 sound, I think. Yeah, it's Secret of Evermore.
Hold on a second.
Oh, what do you got, that secret thing? I got Jane with that last time.
You have to do something to play Mega Man 7 again.
Let's try this.
me, so I'm gonna go play Mega Man 7 again.
Yeah, I did add it. It's so funny. It's like Emperor's Sword.
I'm gonna be honest with you, this whole game doesn't work.
This might not be finished all the way too, so we'll see. Yeah, see, brilliant flashing light, that's not supposed to be there. Then that will be then a battle.
Big battle, what?
So that's a rendered boss right there.
Awesome.
Is the game, like, what's not, I know that you're late and everything for whatever reason, but like, was the game finished or added more or what?
Adding more.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, just making it bigger.
Debug off. Debug on.
Bigger and better.
Dog trans! Dog trans! Hey everybody, dog trans! I'm sure there's plenty of people watching this stream right now who would be excited about dog trans. Yeah, many women online.
There are a lot of people who want to see this.
Yeah?
No, it's a one-player game, but you will be able to switch between the dog and the boy.
You can switch between a dog and a boy.
Mode 7 right here.
Many people have had this experience.
We're not sure yet. I think this is actually the game that they mentioned here. Sorry, that's that.
What?
Yeah, exactly.
Zooming in on the Mode 7 that hard? Kinda wild.
You get the bug. That's where the bug boss was right there, inside the little bug. There's the volcano up to the left. Checkerboard for another boss. So it's like, it's really, you know, the map is a lot more enunciated than some of the like Mana and FF3.
Yeah, this is very interesting. The fact that they're like using debug stuff for this demo is like, it feels so candid. It's very different from what I'm used to from like later era E3s that the public saw.
Step on those pressure plates right there.
The text is in the game, but they took out the code. No. Good thing nobody filmed this. Oops. Yeah. Oh my god, her evil twin! That's the idea. Whoa!
This is, yeah, the little image that you saw down there.
Just exploding her? How's history going? It's pretty good. You got to watch Tom Clancy shit himself. he had that awesome Saturn presentation where he was like, and the Saturn is in stores right now, and then the Sony presentation happened. The guy walked up and said $299 and left, and then they cut back to Tom Kalinske doing a Q&A, and he's like, okay, so I know that it costs more, but we have a game with ours, and shit, it actually still costs more if you remove the price of the game from it. He was like trying to do the math on it and fumbling. Just like, oh fuck, it is still more, isn't it? Shit. I can't spin this.
Anyway, so you get it.
Can't talk, busy punching. Oh, it's Chrono Trigger! Starring Todd! Yeah, he really like jumped out in front on Virtua Fighter. He's like, there's no blood in Virtua Fighter. It's fine. Chrono Trigger's back. Oh, what, there's like an apostrophe in the Eternath? Todd and Todd 2? They named Luca Todd 2?
Oh, what the hell is that? Oh, it's the real Chancellor.
Oh my god.
Didn't open no door.
Didn't open no door.
Something opens the door. Try to leave, baby.
By the way, if anybody is here seeing these videos for the first time, this voice is Anthony Parisi, the guy who's videotaping.
You heard that?
Yeah. I'm gone.
It must be somewhere else, don't worry.
Yeah, it looks like it's a different Chrono Trigger logo. They got the C down, but the rest of it's different. Criminal court system. I have just played Chrono Trigger recently in my downtime as part of a multi-world. I played the randomizer. I know that line is different.
Not enough good role players.
Yeah, every time we hear Anthony, it's so good.
Anthony, so we're gonna go play Mega Man.
Thank you. I was gonna post that too. Maybe formatted the sex in the final game? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I've definitely seen some lines in here that are different.
And then I went into back where the guy stands by the lamppost. And then there's this blue guy in the door where they used to be the white
Blue guy at the door.
He and the frog talk. Then I went out and
Our old hits over there. It's this blue guy in Mega Man 7, which I wish I was playing. God, the creepy glowing eyes dog for Secret of Evermore over there. I think Nintendo's here. Yeah, Nintendo Ultra 64.
Stay out of the way, sir.
Robotech.
Ah.
Make it eerie.
Whoa. 3D and anime. Crazy. 30 looks rough. No, what? It looks great. It looks good. Editor's note, this game never came out. I was pretty sure, yeah.
Same shit, come on.
Anthony's like, ah, it's the same shit, cool. Come on!
Get out of my way first.
The Lobo game! Did this come out?
I don't believe it. Oh my god. This guy was fighting. This guy was just calling characters around. Don't worry.
Yeah, I didn't think I'd ever heard of a Lobo game. He got dumped a few years ago. Okay, nice.
Oh gosh. Stupid fight game.
Oh shit, Dracula X! Hang on! Everybody loves this shit! Yeah, it's Super Nintendo one, I think.
What do you think it looks better on?
So far, PlayStation. I mean, my kid. My old kid. It's an exact port, though.
It's an exact port. It's literally an exact port. I can't believe they said Dracula X was an exact port. It famously is not. It is a different game.
Is this the boss coming up? With that thing?
No, just keep
With
running.
that thing?
Jump up.
Did they mention the bloodletting up there? I didn't notice it. I did notice Saturn and PlayStation listed.
Those stupid ass jump.
Holy shit! I'll think about it. I'll think about it. Holy shit! Holy shit! Why the fuck can I make those stupid ass jumps? Oh my god, I'm not even paying attention to Looter. I'm sorry, Looter. Oh my god! The hard cut from him saying that was so good. Great anime scenes enhance the action. I mean, it does look really good. It does look really fucking good. Oh my god, why the fuck can't I make these stupid ass jumps? Working designs! Hooray! Everybody's favorite! Design's famous for, yeah, we actually think Japanese humor is a little too juvenile, so we improved it by making a fart joke that actually kills you in the game. That's not in Wonders. Listen, Vay. Everything about the game is at the highest quality. I never really played Lunar. Maybe something for the loose someday. I don't know. The bosses are impressive, says GamePro. That feels like such a nothing pull quote. Is there even a good way to play it? I'm not sure. Yeah, there are unworked patches. But I imagine you're still gonna get the working designs translation. Oh, awesome Toy Man. Yeah, then that's just because they just did a fan translation of the Saturn version. That wasn't like an unworked one. Silhouette Mirage is great, by the way. If you haven't played it, play that game. Biff Biff. The animation scenes feature working designs, trademark quality dialogue. They're trademark quality dialogue. Okay, we're back to where we started here. It's really a great game. I honestly want to play it again. Oh boy.
Come here. Take on the stick. You said on the saber. Alright. Now you try it one.
Tangerines. Options. Born James, that's right. That's him. 2.
Takes his head out.
Takes his head out.
Hey, it's a straw.
I don't think I've ever seen this level. Okay. We've given up on James. Give me some more of that Luna footage. And this I'm gonna go back and play more Luna. That's cut content? Oh shit. I rented Earthworm Jim 2 as a kid a number of times, but I never made it past the level where you're on his like rocket jet and you have to like bounce the hot air balloon to the boss. Cause that shit sucked ass. Yeah, the Flying King. You know, I will say, it's immersive, isn't it? It's quite immersive. You can really suspend your disbelief with a game that looks like this. Kolinsky was right when he was saying that. It was crazy how it was like Kolinsky and fuck, what was his name? The Sony guy. It felt like they essentially had the same script, except Sony was, and also it's $289. Oh, that's it for this one, I guess. Want to look at another, everybody? Let's move on to 1996. Domination. When I think of domination and whiplash, I think of the MLB club pennant race. Why the fuck can I hit these stupid ass pitches? When I think disfigurement, I think Tekken 2. When I think punishment, I think too extreme. When I think agony, I think NFL Game Day. Fucking whatever. Torture! The torture of Tobal! And suffering. The suffering of Jetmoto. Okay, for real, that Jetmoto demo that was on like 3 different PlayStation Underground discs, that was a little torturous. Oh, Crash, the famous guy. It's not the second generation. It's the second coming. You are not ready, God. No, the E is red. So it's you're not ready. That was their old thing at this time. They all come with the following. New features. Defeat! Oh, okay, it's looping. They have 2 NFL game days in here? Insanity! The insanity of Crash! Thank you for the follow. That's another big room that's from the tapes, not from outside. Ridicule! The women in Toshinden will laugh at you! Horror games will make you feel like shit! Okay, now it's looped. Nice fade out, very classy.
Isn't that the greatest phrase It's what?
E3. Los Angeles 96.
Right, you gotta know.
Yeah, I know. Gotta get the American flag. Very patriotic.
We're very patriotic.
I gotta get breakfast.
We love the flag. Fading out on that one as well.
That may have its price though, Ed.
Biggest people
Cool house.
video game industry.
this set with like the picket fence and the shrubs and the house. They're really trying to, you know,
Good morning.
indicate the family vibe of the gaming
Interactive
industry.
Digital Software Association, owners of the E3 show. We welcome you to E3.
Original
the
streamer
world's only
house,
show
yeah.
exclusively dedicated
Cozy
to
game
showcasing
vibes, yeah.
the products of the interactive
They want you to know
entertainment,
these are
hardware, and
wholesome
software industry.
gaming.
About 20 years ago, a simple yet incredibly captivating, occasionally maddening game began turning up in arcades around the country.
Huh?
Called Pong, it represented the birth of an industry.
Yeah.
Today, the industry spawned by Pong
Games really have come a
has
long
grown
way
up.
since Pong, haven't
And while
they?
E3 is about sales and marketing, media and far sense, it represents the celebration of that industry, which was unleashed by those little paddles and that hypnotic ball. Indeed, rarely in American economic
Yeah, I don't think
history
Anthony brought the
has
tripod
an
this
industry grown so
year.
fast.
He forgot.
Last week, the accounting firm of Coopers & Lybrand completed a study commissioned by the IDSA, and it gives a sense of how far this industry has come and helps explain why this show has become so successful. Overall, the IDSA economic study found that the interactive entertainment and edutainment software industry will generate $7.7 billion in sales in 1996, including $4.4 billion in retail sales and $3.3 billion in indirect sales. The study reports the industry directly employs 90,000 persons, many of them in highly skilled professionals in computer programming, software development, graphics design, and so on. Equally significant, the IDSA found that job creation in this industry is growing at the rate of 26% a year, compared to a negative 2% growth rate for the Fortune 500 industrial companies.
Wow.
Finally,
the
survey
growth rate.
found that indie companies in this industry
Hooray.
spend
And it'll stay like that, won't
$2.5 billion
it?
a year on research and development. The R&D equity,
Hey,
R&D
I
to
wasn't
equity
alive when
ratio
Pong
of
came
this
out. That's
industry
ancient
is
history to
nearly
me.
twice that of the Fortune 500.
Doesn't make me feel a thing.
Everywhere you look over the next few days, signs of the industry's health and growth abound. Here at E3, over 1,700 titles will be launched in categories ranging from entertainment to education to reference and literature.
I bet that would be pretty cool.
Over 400 companies are showing their products. The show covers 490,000 net square feet of exhibit space and
The
extraordinary
number will always go up. That's
40%
right.
growth over
We're gonna
last
keep
year.
creating jobs in
In a
this
few weeks,
industry.
IDSA will
The
release
job
the
growth
highlights of the most extensive survey ever conducted of the consumer
I'm sure,
entertainment
right?
software and hardware market.
Right?
Three findings are
everybody?
of special note. First, we found that owners of IBM compatible
I'm sorry, I know.
PCs report that
I know.
they use their computers
I have
more
viewers
for
who
running
work in
entertainment
the games
software
industry.
than for
and
any other application,
that's-
including word
It's somewhat
processing.
cruel, I'm sorry.
Second, we found that 42% of the primary users of video game consoles are over the age of 18. And 72% of those using PCs for entertainment software are over 18, and half of them
You're allowed, okay.
are over 35. Third, 1/3 of the console users with the most influence over software purchases are female.
Wow!
And nearly 1/2 of the PC users with the most influence over
1/3
entertainment software purchases are
women.
female.
Can you believe it?
The Cooper's findings, the growth of E3,
Hashtag
and
girl
consumer
moment.
research
Hashtag
lead to
girl.
one conclusion. Our industry has moved far beyond Pong to become a mainstream force in America's culture. This industry is no longer just about video games and kids. It's about adults and kids. It's about women and men.
It's no longer about
Hollywood,
video
Silicon
games and
Valley,
kids.
New York,
It's
Silicon
about
Valley,
adults and
Media
kids.
Gulch. It's about the
Huh?
internet and the intels, about DVD and set-top boxes.
Or
about
they?
PCs and consoles.
Yeah.
In a word, it is about entertainment and it's big business. You'll hear many claims from many people between now and Saturday. You'll even hear a few in the next hour. You'll hear about pixels and polygons, about 32-bit, 64-bit, and probably even a little about 128-bit.
Well,
I can't tell you
128-bit?
what
Really?
will or won't transpire in the next year or two. I do know there's one truth you can count on. With all the creative and technological power centered in this industry, it's a good bet that it will continue to grow, prosper, and lead America to the next entertainment frontiers. It's now my pleasure to introduce the moderators for today's unprecedented panel discussion with some of the industry's most prominent visionaries.
Yeah, I was always wondering why people weren't talking about, like, the 128-bit consoles or, you know, where we go from there. Clearly, it has to keep doubling, right? When that number is bigger, that lets me know that my console's better and more
Jack was also
powerful.
the founder and first chair of the IDSA. It's my pleasure to introduce Ed to make a presentation to Jack.
Thank you, Doug. We are indeed honored, and I am privileged to present this recognition to Jack Highstand.
Yeah, we should be calling it 256-bit.
Of the IDSA. It was really the partnership with Doug Lowenstein and with Jack that has allowed us to come together as we have. And so if I can ask Jack to join me here, I'll read what this says. I'll try to. In recognition of Jack Highstand's vision, commitment, and determination in creating the IDSA Association, the interactive entertainment software industry gratefully acknowledges the debt it owes.
Just zooming right in on him.
Appreciation,
How are you feeling, man?
and dedication to advancing.
How you feeling, Kalinsky?
Given with a lot of emotion.
How's the last year been for you, man?
I guess we're going to lose the podium. While they're taking down the podium,
oh,
get feedback with a circuit out. While the podium disappears, I'd like to start out by introducing our panelists this morning. As Doug mentioned, we have an extraordinary group, and Jack and my job is to try to elicit some.
Oh, this is the Nintendo guy, right?
So, starting on my far right, we have Trip Hawkins, who's chairman.
Trip Hawkins,
CEO
God.
of the 3DO company. To his left is Patty Stonecipher, who's senior vice president of the Interactive Media Division for
That
Microsoft
fucking guy.
Corporation. Larry Probst, chairman, president, CEO of Electronic Arts. Tom Kalinsky, president and CEO of Sega Corporation.
And on my far left, we have Steve Macbeth, president of Disney Interactive.
Wow.
Jim Wems, executive vice president from Sony Computer Entertainment.
Mustache seemed a little old-fashioned.
Founder, chairman,
Kinda out of date.
CEO of Acclaim Entertainment. And Howard Lincoln, chairman of Nintendo of America.
Howard Lincoln.
So with that, let's get down to some questions. Hopefully we'll have an interesting discussion here. We'd like to start with a question, Patty.
Yeah.
Maybe you can take a first crack at answering. There's been a lot of debate over the last 3 or 4 years as to whether or not PC entertainment software will overtake game console software. And I was wondering...
They're still stressing about the computers, huh?
The business today for PC entertainment software in the U.S. is over $1 billion business, and of course the software business, the title business for the game console is still significantly beyond that.
Anthony, why didn't you bring the tripod?
I don't personally think that this is necessarily an either-or. We certainly are seeing a lot.
You said you were going to bring the tripod this year.
Cited earlier by Doug, using entertainment software on their home PCs, and in the past year, Windows 95 has made the home PC a great platform for game developers, and this holiday we'll see it be a great platform for everyone who wants to buy and use great 3D games, all kinds of games, as well as, of course, kids' entertainment and education titles. So we have had growth in the PC software business for every year in memory, and we continue to see that kind of growth in this past quarter.
And growth will just keep going up forever.
We intend to keep growing. It's a lot about how great the titles will be and how much the customers will keep buying. I don't think that means that the console business or the games platform business is going to go away. We don't think it's an either-or, but we think that the Windows 95 PC in the home is a great platform for people who want to use games, but also has
Did he
great
just whisper?
keyboard and great connectivity to the internet, has great resolution, and is just a fantastic platform for doing a wide range of things in the home, not the least of which just playing games and other kinds of entertainment software.
As a follow-up to that, Trip, I was wondering if you would comment on what role you think digital video disc technology is going to
The digital video disc for 3DO, yeah.
evolution of consoles and PCs. Is that something you think is real in the near term? Is it potential to have it lead to a standard?
First of all, I would agree with what Patty said. I also think that there is an unprecedented technology convergence that will happen with the next generation of 64-bit technology. I believe the 64-bit computing technology will be very similar, whether you're talking about the technology that's in the PC or video game consoles or even DVD players or internet boxes. So for the companies that make software, that's going to make it much easier than it has been to move your content across different formats. So to some extent, it won't really matter what form of computing consumers buy into. But I think when you look at the consumer market, you have to realize that worldwide there are about 350 million colored television households. Of that number, maybe 250 million have a VCR, but in the history of computers and video games, no more than 50 million of those homes have ever had either a computer or a video game at one time. Which means we've never really gotten to mass market penetration levels. And that's what, when I look forward to the next 10 years, obviously there's going to be continued growth in demand for video games, hardware and software. But I think the opportunity for the video game industry that is represented by digital video disc and by the internet is that those are two fundamental consumer-oriented sources of demand that have mass market implications. I mean, the bombardment that you get on a daily basis now with web advertisements,
looks so uncomfortable.
It's creating an interesting phenomenon. And market researchers have...
Yeah, you still had to mention color TV specifically, I guess.
Associates, they've studied the consumer base in the U.S. One of the things they found is that there are 58 million homes in the United States out of around 95 million that have no interest in having a PC. However, when you look at the interest in an internet box, 2/3 of that interest comes from those households. Those are much lower income households, and the same thing applies to DVD players, in that the demographics of customers who will be interested in DVD products, and this is also true about low-priced video game hardware, which has more of a characteristic of being a premium toy. So I think you're looking at the premium toy. I think DVD is going to drive demand the same way, possibly a better way, in terms of higher volume, reaching more households. And the internet will come in and play the same kind of role. And I think
now try my premium toy.
Cylinders become a major force in the consumer electronics market when you can combine all three of those sources of demand in the same kinds of products at home.
When you have we talk about the relationship between the PC environment and the console environment, Jim, I was wondering if you could kind of talk about a little bit about the competition between the hardware companies and the console segment specifically.
Sure. Prior to my tenure at Sony, I spent over 12 years in the software industry. And the inside joke amongst us was that we were really just way back.
My premium toy tricked you. Joker Flash.
To get the greatest return on our investment. Obviously, price had a lot to do with that.
Yamarashi.
Mysterious
wins. Yeah.
Examples. A year ago, Tom got up and made the announcement that Sega would have Saturn on the shelves immediately. $199.
Yeah, we all remember.
Retailers. Our announcement came at the same time, which was that Sony would be on the shelf at $299 in September of 1995. Based on our success in the marketplace, Sega very quickly moved their price point down $100 to match ours at $299.
Yeah, I bet they did.
It's a good thing for the consumers. It's a good thing for the industry.
I bet they did move that price point down pretty quick, huh?
They would have another price change and move their price point down to $249. And yesterday, Nintendo at their press conference announced that they were going to match Sega's price with their new introduction, Nintendo 64.
Did we miss? Did we miss the Nintendo conference? It's so sad.
That's a good thing for the industry. That's a good thing for the consumer. But at Sony, our philosophy regarding price changes is really very simple. Our philosophy is go big or go home.
Oh my God.
So we'd like to announce that effective immediately, the Sony PlayStation will be for sale or retail as of today for $199.
Oh my God. They keep now doing the opposite of $599 US. Kalinsky! He's having flashbacks! Look at his face! Holy shit, did you see that? That smile cringe away? Oh my god!
This is something that we feel is great for the industry, great for the retail community, great for
He's dying!
And we believe it's great for Sony.
Holy shit! They are killing Tom Kalinske!
Those of you that couldn't hear Howard's comedy said, I hope it would be great for your shareholders too. Out of curiosity, Tom, if these retail prices are getting down to $199, $149, how do the hardware companies make money?
Holy shit! They are putting him through hell!
The answer is no one does make, hardware manufacturers don't make money on hardware. We have to get an installed base out there and then software to make money.
Yep, that is how you do it.
Hardware at this kind of price competition. And we're all aware of that, and I think everybody in the room is aware of that.
Take a look at the Japanese numbers, which some of the people in this room are more familiar with. The tie ratio between hardware and software in the Japanese market, in some instances, running as high as 1:7 and 1:8. That's one piece of hardware for 8 pieces of software. And the revolution that's taken place within our business is that using a low-cost medium,
The level
like
of comedy from these press conferences
pricing for both hardware and software.
is really awesome.
I read this morning an ad that was in the LA Times. It was put in by Toys R Us. Cartridge product, and that ad was on sale for $69 and $79.
Oh my god.
The Sony PlayStation product and the Saturn product in the same ad was on sale for $49. And what the consumer gets with respect to the optical format
He's suffering so bad.
is a much wider, much more revolutionary product that certainly has more bells and whistles and has more intrigue than the products that we've seen in the past. Products that are at this point in time able to really kind of create a sense of suspension or intense excitement. We're a developer.
This is why he went to Leapfrog next year. He got out.
Element in the creation of the experience of the video game player. What happens, I believe,
He was like, I can't do another fucking
it makes the
E3.
business much more dynamic and much more exciting, so that when you walk out today and the floor of that showroom and you look around, I've been going to these shows since 1982, I think, or 81. This is the biggest and loudest show that I have seen. There is more attention being focused on this show
I
than any
wish.
show in the past.
I wish we could still get that.
What this show is doing is setting up not only 1996, but 1997.
This is it. This is an amazing atmosphere.
The revolution that's going to take place within our business is going to be absolutely explosive, because although this year is going to be a slow year for software in terms of between the PC and the dedicated game systems, maybe 40 million pieces of software. But next year will be explosive in growth, where we could see anywhere between 60 and 70 million pieces of software. So this show is basically setting up for 1997 and 98, and the price point just announced by Mr. Wims is basically setting the market so it's going to move forward much more rapidly than we've seen the changes take place from 8 to 16 and 16 now to 32.
I just wanted to add to that. I think that the excitement you see on the floor, in the way the booths are coming together, the products that are being demoed, is truly reflective of the kinds of investments that are now being made in those individual products. That is going to in turn drive a marketing investment to put the product in front of the consumer, and to the extent that the console or the hardware stuff starts to disappear into the background because the pricing gets a little more competitive, that's a terrific thing. And Howard, I was wondering if you had a point of view you might want to share with us.
Howard, do you have something you want to say about all this, actually? Throwing him a fastball.
I wanted to follow up on something that Patty said. I think that when we talk about our industry and all of the growth that we're seeing, we also have to keep in mind that there are world markets that we have not penetrated and that we can, both with PCs and with the dedicated consoles. And I agree with her that both of these hardware formats can exist. They are at different price points, and they reach different audiences.
Welcome
so
back.
I think that, along with Greg, and really I think all of the folks here, this is an exciting
They
time
are
for
putting
business, and
Kalinsky through the suffering machine at these E3s.
ultimately, the success of our business is based upon the entertainment value that we provide to consumers. And if entertainment takes second place to technology, or if there is just a host of
You think he ever knew peace after these?
software out there on store shelves,
Maybe he felt better working at Leapfrog.
for the hardware or for the software, the consumer simply is going to walk away from the category. But it is exciting to see some of the software that is going to be demonstrated here by really all of the companies that are represented here, and a number of companies
Yeah, true.
throughout E3.
Jack, before you go on, I think you initially posed the question about the distinction between PC and dedicated game systems. And from a developer standpoint, it's really not a binary equation. It's not a decision about supporting one or two platforms, because when you talk about dedicated game platforms, there are at least 3 significant ones now with PlayStation, Saturn, and Nintendo 64.
Yeah.
And when you think about the PC environment, online is almost another platform.
I like that he
So,
said
from a development standpoint,
those were the 3 significant ones, like right in front of Trip Hawkins. I mean, the 3DO is still running right now, right? They introduced him as the 3DO guy.
We can't support that many platforms with a critical mass of products at one time. So you really have to pick and choose and be thoughtful about that. And for sure, the PC is a platform that you need to focus on.
Yeah, no, I know it's basically dying at this point, but still.
Really do a careful assessment of the dedicated platforms and figure out.
Yeah, why is this set like a house and picket fence with shrubbery?
Do you cap the number of platforms that you'll develop on?
I don't think we cap them. And you know well how we go through the process.
It was a leading question.
Okay.
But we very, very thoughtfully assess them. We take a look at the fundamental technology. We take a look at the development environment, whether that's something that's motivating.
Look at the promotional stuff for 96 theme his house because it's all under one roof. Oh, of course.
On a worldwide basis, and we take a look at the economic model and try to figure out whether EA can make money in that business. And
Months away from the 3DO discontinuation. Okay, so Trip probably knew.
But you need to go through a very careful assessment.
One last follow-up question on hardware before we leave.
Trip was seeing the writing on the wall. Still, probably.
The business has gone from one competitor in the hardware business
Probably still a bit rude.
to 3 on the console side. Can all 3 of Sony, Sega, and Nintendo succeed in the North American market?
I think I just tried to answer that. My honest response to that is, I don't think so.
I mean,
PC, and I think that's a given for most of the software developers. If you're really going to be in the online business, and I think the key there is developing
I mean,
for the online environment, which is different than putting online hooks into a packaged goods product, then I don't think you can feasibly support
tragic vision of the future, yeah.
dedicated hardware platforms. Not if you're intending to
Yeah.
15 or 20 or 25 products a year, which we typically try to do on a strategic platform. I just don't think that's realistic.
All right, shifting gears, a question for Steve McBeth over at Disney. I want to get you in the middle of this conversation. A few years ago, there was conventional wisdom from San Francisco down to Silicon Valley and throughout interactive entertainment that Hollywood was going to take this business by storm. A lot of people in the industry were very worried about
companies can't succeed, but not you, Tom.
Properties, the ability to promote and launch these
Yeah.
properties across medium. And since then, there have been limited success stories. I think Disney's market share has been one of those success stories. But why do you think Hollywood studios have had a difficult time penetrating this business?
Well, to sort of reinforce what you're saying, look at the colleagues who are up here on the podium today. I mean, most of them are longtime players in the business who have sort of a deep history in it as companies and as individuals. And I think a lot of it has to do with
Guys really still doing these mustaches?
and,
96?
You know, just a couple of years ago, the CD-ROM was the second.
It just seems kind of outdated to me. I don't know. Yes, okay.
Within a year, it was sort of.
Are we considering whether Tom Kalinske had a public humiliation thing? I don't know. He doesn't seem like he's having a good time.
Because it draws a lot of talent, puts a lot of energy into it, puts a lot of focus into what we do. But it also draws people to make.
I think he'd still be around at E397 if he did.
I think it's very clear, and I think everybody would agree, that interactive entertainment is different than traditional entertainment. It comes out of a different place, it's got different roots, it has a technology component, and a lot of the players who are very successful at it have these histories and they have these traditions of building over time. I think we would also agree, and the reason people jump to the sweeping conclusion is it's inevitable that over time, the big media companies, the studios and so forth, with their
awesome
abundance
focus,
of content and tremendous creative talents, are going to have a profound effect on this business. What is hard, as difficult as it is to figure out, is the CD-ROM, the diskette of the 90s, what's the pipe that's going to win, what's the platform, everything about the discussion we're having. It's impossible to predict how those things come together. But clearly, if this market is going to grow and develop, it's going to take the creative talents and the resources of a wide variety of companies brought to bear. And again, it really isn't an either-or. It is a coming together, I think, of those talents. And I think it's hard work. I think it's over a period of time, and I think it's a learning curve. And I think certainly we've learned that as part of the Disney experience. I think my other colleagues in Hollywood would admit that. I also think the earlier point you've made, talking about platforms, everything we've talked about the last 5-10 minutes about what do you pick and when's the next generation really going to come in. I mean, most of us
are we talking about the next generation?
Side, having a lot of trouble digesting the 16-bit transition. It is a key component. We are picking our platforms, just like Larry said. You know, a number of years ago,
they just released Saturn and PlayStation last year.
The power that Hollywood and the traditional entertainment companies can bring to this.
Yeah, N64 isn't out yet.
Have an investment cost. They have certain things that have to have a business case that pans out. So I, for one,
already speculating PS2 by 97, yeah.
We've heard this morning, because I think as traditionally has happened in this industry, the industry leaders, from the hardware standpoint, have been very aggressive about establishing these markets and creating the business opportunities. And from a software standpoint, I can tell you, we're prepared to make the investments. And I think we just have to be sensitive to the learning curve we've all been through.
Any other comments on that subject?
Yeah. Just to chime in quickly and say that everyone thought that Holly would, but Holly won't. And
yeah?
The reason is partly what Steve was saying, and that technology that continues to change very rapidly. I think Hollywood has a tradition of wanting to work with technologies that are a lot more stable. And you know, we all know how tough a business it is.
Holly won't if she comes.
Probably made more mistakes than anyone in the business.
We're like Holly won't.
You know, if you're a Hollywood company, you're not necessarily looking at this as being a tea party.
Not looking at this as being a tea party. Okay, man.
I really think it's a matter of focus.
Getting some shots in at Hollywood from Trip Hawkins.
And I think they looked at it as another entertainment medium, and decided to put a few people over there and throw a few dollars at it and figured that it would automatically work successfully. That hasn't happened.
Yeah, I think Hollywood's kind of washed up. Not like the 30O.
It will be a significant factor in this business, but again, I think it comes down to focus and taking those extraordinary creative talents that Steve described, which in fact exist, and getting them to focus full-time attention on interactive entertainment. But it can't be done as an afterthought. It can't be done as something that they spend 10% of their time on. So longer term, do we worry about the media company as a competitor? Absolutely.
Movies will be over by 98. 3DO is forever. That's right.
Just because they're in the entertainment business and they think this is something where they can make money.
After this, I want to go play Mega Man 7 again.
Yeah.
Without participation from Hollywood, but over the last year, we've had the opportunity to work with DreamWorks in creating DreamWorks Interactive here. And I do believe, we've all watched over the last couple of years what the media companies have done, and Steve's a great example of success, and there's been...
Does Hollywood have a program called Sex? I think not.
But that doesn't surprise me. I mean, it's a beginning. It's a place where people, they make mistakes, they'll make more mistakes. It is about the interactivity and the gameplay and how engaging it is, and there's a lot of hard technical decisions and a lot of hard hiring decisions to make to get the right mix of players on board. But when we see the kinds of talent and creativity and storyline and production values that having access to many of the traditional media talents and properties and players and excitement can bring to interactive...
Oh, I should actually change that. This is 96 now.
And the opportunity to get to new markets and expand the market, increase that gender mix that you were talking about, all ages.
No.
That those high production values, those ideas...
What? Why is it not?
...will make us all better. I anticipate that the people that have historically been in the business are going to get better and better too. It's going to cost us more. We need a bigger market to keep doing those things.
There.
But I do think the traditional media players bring something to the table. Maybe not at the first try, but it's going to happen.
I mean, I come out of the entertainment business. I come out of the music business, so I spent a great deal of time.
Change that too.
If you think back, Hollywood really did make the investments, and they were the leaders, and they created the technology that presented us with motion pictures. And they basically created the technology that created the record industry. And I was at RCA Records for a short period of time. And in the building in New York is this vast cavern that's called a studio that was basically unused. And the reason it sat there is because there were no studios around that people could come into to record their albums. And so as the business matured, those facilities went to the outside. Hollywood became more of a Fortune 500 type company. And therefore, the kinds of investments or risks that they were willing to make were different than the risks that they were willing to make in the beginning of their business or the inception. I think there's a real close connection between what takes place in the creation of our software and the kinds of software that's created in Hollywood. And I think that the icons or characters that we use in order to promote the software, not only our own company, but other companies as well, become important vehicles for marketing and merchandising. I mean, Disney on the left over here is really the king of all that, because they can take a character like a Lion King, present it in one media, and move it over to several others, and really begin to develop an icon. I mean, Mickey Mouse is their original.
Yeah, it's fucking Lion King game.
Like Turok and Exo, which you'll see at the show. But at some point in time, the stronger of the independent companies, and maybe even the weaker of the independent companies, will find themselves as part of a Hollywood studio, because I think that's the natural migration.
Huh, interesting.
On the point Patty was making, which wasn't on the list of questions here, but when you consider that we built a $5-6 billion business,
I mean,
and
they want to. They have always wanted to, and we're getting more of those.
Why haven't we been able to create products?
More heavily involved with the game studios actually heavily involved in the production of game movies. Don't know if it was how he imagined it though.
Actually, I've only been in business for 6 years, and when I joined the business, I remember the statistics were that it was around 5% of the players were female. And a lot of us have made efforts to encourage females to participate in this business. We've dedicated resources to developing specific product for them. We had a task force, an all-female task force, to develop a product that would be appropriate. And we've seen the percentage increase.
Yeah! Yeah, Kalinske is just kind of throwing around females right now.
We're still working at it. We obviously want to get there. We want to get to a point where it's 50%. We have been successful, remarkably successful, in getting the over 18, as was brought up earlier.
Did they actually want it to be 50%? Because the way they greenlight games doesn't actually make it seem that way.
Keep trying to get the female product out there. I mean, I don't think it's any great mystery. We just have to come up with the right concepts. You do see concepts around that certainly appear to be
the female product. Yeah.
My former company, the Mattel Barbie CD-ROM interactive, making a dress. I mean, that looks like that's got some promise. Designing outfits for little girls, enjoying the lifestyle, that kind of thing. Don't laugh, don't sell.
Wow, throwing it to her, huh?
I think that it's not just a gender thing. I think there are profound changes going on in the marketplace right now. Not only have the dedicated consoles, I think, expanded to include a lot broader age groups and a lot more diverse players, and we've clearly seen that as more different types of creative talents have worked on more diverse titles, and I think that's a lot of the key to it. But the really explosive thing is the growth of the family multimedia computer. Not to take anything away from the console business, because I think it actually helps the console business to get more of that interactivity.
They are thinking so hard about computers.
Changes in the multimedia PC. It is moving through mass market distribution.
The multimedia PC is omnipresent in their minds.
Today, the online business feeds it from one side, the retail business feeds it from another. And I think these are really profound and substantive changes that we're not going to go back on. There might be successor technologies, there might be successor accesses, there might be other uses for consoles. But I think over the last couple of years, we have seen the broadest reach of the type of reach for this type of product into the American home and even around the world now. And I think this signals actually a fantastic era of opportunity, not only in the shrink-wrap retail business, but also in the online business. And what
the shrink-wrap retail business.
Hosts of new creators, and I think they are coming in with a lot of the technology that is more accessible than ever before. And I'm personally really interested to see what happens to this whole family computer, the whole idea.
Kind of really.
Extension of that.
He took the ball and then very quickly hurried away from women and into computers and online.
You still have compatibility issues. You still have platforms you have to choose. But when you look at the whole, all put together, it's actually quite profound.
I was going to take a crack at that. Figuring out how to expand the demographic to include a larger percentage of the female population.
Yeah, family computer means something women believe, I guess.
The dedicated game platforms that are in the market today. I think online is a new opportunity because it really provides the opportunity for a more social setting, true interactivity with other human beings. And we have a product.
True interactivity. We've never had interactivity before online. It wasn't real.
Later this year, but we've already run a market test.
The era of missed moms.
Participants were female, so I think that's a really encouraging sign. And I think online is where the
Ferengi moment again.
I'm not so sure that it's there on the dedicated game.
More females.
There's a reason.
Why are they all talking like this?
Online adapter to Saturn at this show for $99 now to go online.
Yeah.
The big benefit
online adapter for Saturn.
Internet play.
Wait.
Social play. It's not that you're playing just against a machine or a computer or a piece of software. It's that you're involved in social play. In our research, same as you alluded to, the female population is much more interested in large group social play from point to point. Now,
I keep saying it.
Where I disagree with you is I think it can occur on a game console because we're moving our game console obviously is in the family room. We're now connecting to the internet.
Our console is obviously in the family room.
Groups around the country, and this is very appealing to.
Obviously, they've got the Saturn in the family room.
Games great when they were first developed. It was a social activity where everybody got together and had a great time around something.
Miss Mom's in your area need help solving the maze runner puzzle. 44 years old and you're a zip code.
Now we're getting
really?
The social aspect of it in the family room. I think that's the huge benefit of the internet. It's not. It's certainly everybody likes to browse and that's entertainment, but the social aspect of it is what's important.
Well, I also think a lot of this depends upon the type of games that you're offering.
Sure.
We didn't set out to try to figure out how to penetrate that market deliberately. We went about it in a different way, and we discovered, for example, that with a game like Tetris, it really appeals to a broader demographic and certainly to a female audience. But why does it do that? Well, probably because it's not a violent game. It is not a shoot 'em up. It is a game that
women be Tetrising. Women hate violence.
To females and perhaps to a little bit older audience. So I think as we look at
They can't stop saying females.
a lot of this is just
They're obsessed.
the ability of all of the manufacturers, the game developers, to broaden the type of games that are being offered.
Whoa, Laha! Welcome to the stream. We're watching E3 1996.
And their entry into the business. I think that Steve and Patty really raised good points regarding
I hope you had a good stream.
the need to focus on developing the software, taking the people that are in the entertainment or in the creative community and sticking them in a room with people that are in the technical community and don't let them come out until they figure out how to live with one another. There's another part also which relates to the concept of windows. Steve mentioned the horizontal availability of products. You have a movie that comes out at the same time that you have 100 different other pieces of merchandise that come along.
Right, yeah.
Or a game. But there's another dimension that I think that
Ratchet and Clank, Brosel Classes. Great.
is a window. And if you look at the traditional entertainment movie business, you have theatrical release, you have home video release, you have pay television.
Watch E3 1995 earlier. We're on 96 now.
The opportunity that now
And Tom Kalinske has been going through hell.
Suggests that there's another window that can be created for software products. And I was wondering if someone, maybe Tom, you want to take a cut at what your view might be on kind of what is the opportunity of an internet to become the primary vehicle for us to create content, have it available in packaged environment, and then have it available and get a second window.
Well, I think initially, most of the product is going to be available at retail. People have to own it in their different locations. There's an aspect to that product that allows them to connect to the internet, hopefully on our machine. And then
hopefully on our machine. Hopefully on the Saturn. You're going to do it on the Saturn, right?
I think one of the other interesting parts about this, though, is that in the research, the PC internet player right now also wants to do that in the family room. Getting back to where Trip was when I started the conversation. The family room is a huge opportunity, and that's where people want the play to occur over the internet, because again, you can get that group, that crowd around it. I don't think we necessarily are going to start off by offering product only over the internet. I think we start retail. I think with the current infrastructure, it would be almost impossible to download the kind of games that we all do on this panel over the internet. That's a different type of product that you can deal with where you're downloading it.
It would be impossible to download a Sega Saturn game, as he said last year.
Yeah, that's right. I think initially a lot of it's on the disc, and you either unlock it or you update it. Sports games.
Oh, wait, he's kind of spinning. Connect to the internet to get updates. Hang on.
I do think that the internet is
Kalinske was seeing the future for a second.
there's a phenomenon going on right now where people are saying they want to go on the internet, they want to find people that share similar interests, they want to find information. The whole issue about the internet in the living room, I agree that the living room is a great place for the internet. But
Yeah, living room's a great place for the internet.
great way is of
People want to be in that family room when they go online.
an issue that needs to be resolved. I do think that the internet allows us to market better. We see that already. Lots of clever things being done with marketing. It allowed people to find others.
It really is strange how much like they go back to like the idea of like the family room, you know? The big house that has like the dedicated entertainment room that
based on that sociability, on that interaction,
just,
on that
I mean,
taking into account the limitations of the bandwidth and the machines on the other end. And I don't think we've begun to see what
you know,
the original way
we're all in apartments now.
internet, and that's what's going to really drive continued growth and expansion over the next 5 years. Is the cleverness of developers that have gone into the CDs and cartridge businesses and people in the entertainment industry bringing that to the internet and creating new forms.
The opulence of the mid-90s.
The idea that it's a whole new arena. It's a whole new...
They assume that you must live in a house with a white picket fence and grass lawn and a family room.
The flight games that we played by ourselves and playing with somebody else, and that's great. That's better than listening to it on the radio. But it is, but there's a lot more to be done, and I hope that a lot of the people in this room and on this panel will participate in that.
Trip, did you want to add something? A couple of things about the internet. First, back on the issue of women.
Okay, see you later, Laha.
Right now, about a third of the people that are online are women, and of course, we all know that another third are guys pretending to be women.
Oh, come on, dude.
So the question is,
Trip Hawkins transphobia moment.
But I guarantee you, more products will be targeted at women.
Big boo. Kill this man.
About the internet, I really think this is an incredibly fascinating social phenomenon. My personal opinion is that when all of our careers are over, we look back at all of the technologies from our lifetime, that the internet will have proven to be a foundation for the most significant human technology occurrence. And the reason I say that is that up until about 100 years ago,
when all of my career is over in 3 months, yeah.
Families and children grew up side by side with.
No, he was still out there writing angry screeds about bad reviews of Portal Runner for a little while yet.
And then we proceeded to compound that by inventing radio, film, television, video, a bunch of passive technologies that are not interactive, that are not really.
You've all seen the Portal Runner thing, right?
Story, which is incredibly important, and talking to people about it afterwards. But the television has sort of become the new hearth. People crowd around it and they turn into zombies. And the fascinating thing about the internet is that 3 years ago, this industry was completely preoccupied with the idea of a 500-channel television, video on demand, more video.
Yeah,
more
I'm sure many of you know. If you don't know, look up the Trip Hawkins Portal Runner review letter or whatever.
And meanwhile, there's now about 10 million consumers in this country using the internet, so it's proven over the last couple of years to be the only really high growth computing market in the home. And it's destined, according to the forecast, to be up in the range of 100 to 200 million users worldwide within 4 or 5 years. So there's got to be some incredibly fundamental human basis for that. And I think it's very simple.
Anyways, this guy's a real fucker. It's the thing.
What is it about us that makes us different from the other animals? Number one, we learn by doing, we learn by play, and we've got a lot more brain cells than the other animals, so we have a need to interact that is greater. But even more important than that is that we have tremendous emotional capacity compared to other species, which turns into our interest and our ability to socialize and to create societies and to create communication with our fellow human beings. But we haven't had a technology that facilitates that. So here we have incredibly crude technology on the internet. It's incredibly slow. It's expensive to use. It's hard to install. It doesn't really do very much. The fact that you've got 10 million people out there thinking that it's incredibly fun to browse like they're looking through an encyclopedia, we have to sit up and take notice and realize that if we start to make things that work well in that environment,
it is fun to look at that shit, though.
That tap into this interest in socializing.
So shut up, Trip.
Fundamental human interest for that emotional connection. There's never going to be anything like it that we've seen before.
You don't have to sell me.
Yeah, okay.
We've done a lot of research with respect to the internet. We have a joint venture with TCI to create a distribution vehicle that worked on the internet. It was originally set up around the set-top box because John Malone walked into our office and he said the set-top box is going to happen next year and we're going to deploy 10 million of them, and the year after that 20 million of them, and this is going to be a great business. Well, of course that never happened. But what has happened, and what is of interest to both TCI and Time Warner, is the cable modem and their belief that they have the strongest and largest pipe into the household. They can take care of some of the latency issues and other problems that are dealt with on the internet. And they also believe that they can solve some of the issues that deal with its cumbersome nature so that it's easier for the user to use. That's some of the things that Bruce Ravenel is doing with his at-home venture. But in terms of using it, it creates as many problems as it solves. Ed spoke about, being able to unlock the software, but I mean that really destroys your retail distribution because retail likes to make 30 points on a full-price product, not 30 points on a sample product.
Yeah, second channel, it was huge. Everybody had it.
For 50. We're very dependent on the retail base in order to promote our software, so I don't think we're ready to make that transition. On the other hand, with products that we are currently marketing, which is, I would say, different than what we've done in the past, one is our aggressive approach to the PC market, and two is to take some of the dedicated PC products and determine how we can best promote and market them through the internet, because it does provide a sampling. It does provide a way that we can open up a product to a broader range of consumers, and we've seen how effective it's been with the release of other software. We also think that if
parents offered to buy a Genesis to subscribe to Sega Channel.
Kind of Twitch-type game.
Wow. That's kind of wild.
And so therefore we've done a lot of research.
Your parents heard about Sega Channel and you were like, we gotta get on this. And you were just like, I don't know about all that.
Back on the
I saw the ads when I was a kid, and I had a Genesis, so it was like, damn, this looks cool, but
want to buy.
I never even asked my parents for it or anything, so I was like, oh, we're probably not gonna get it anyways.
Is there a point
that probably won't happen if I ask.
Enough is enough.
You're happy with your Super Nintendo. Yeah, you could have been playing Shinobi 3.
I think they're right.
What a fool you were.
The current generation of dedicated...
You could have been playing Garfield Caught in the Act, The Lost Levels.
Provide a more lifelike and compelling entertainment experience. I mean, they've gotten tremendous...
The only people I ever met who actually had 6 channel had parents who worked for the phone company. That makes sense.
64-bit software compared to 8-bit. The 8-bit stuff...
That makes sense. Your parents work for the phone company. They're just gonna hook you up with that.
PCs, it's the same story. Intel's going to make a business of selling $2,000 computers to people every 2 or 3 years. Believe me, that's going to continue to happen. So, 10 years from now, is there enough computing power in the box? The answer is probably yes, but that's not going to happen in the next 3 or 4 years.
The business actually makes its money. I mean, if you look at the record business and you go back to its transition into CDs, it was actually a boom for the record business because black vinyl disc was kind of languishing. People had bought all of their software that they had wanted to buy on audio cassettes. And when Jan Timmer from Philips decides, in 1980 or 81 that they should kind of figure out how they're going to launch this new technology.
Cassette software?
They use classical catalog to do it. What they did was they provided a revolution for the record business because everybody went back and they refreshed their old catalogs and they bought that Crosby, Stills and Nash album that kind of was sitting in the corner, and now they wanted to hear it on a CD, and so everybody refreshed the catalogs and the record business really boomed. The hardware companies have tried to do that with other formats, and so far have been unsuccessful in making that change. And I would say that the changes that have existed with respect to the technology have really permitted all of us on this stand, or this platform, to be able to move forward the products that we...
Yeah, no one will ever want to buy old games.
So if you looked at the original Pong, and now you look at some of the tennis games that are currently in the marketplace, I mean, it's night and day difference. And I think that if you look at the products that you see at the show this year, what you will see next year and the year after will be revolutionary in terms of what we're able to get out of those hardware systems. And I would hope...
See, next year and the year after, huh?
...continue to introduce new hardware formats so that we can continue to permit the consumer to upgrade their catalogs.
No one plays Pong. We all want to play Bug and Killer Instinct Gold. Now, Bug's already out. Bug is old news now.
I really did want to kind of toss out a question.
Yeah, 97 and 98 are strong years.
Future. I mean, we have a business that's characterized by rapid change.
It'll be interesting when we get to the 97 tapes.
And I'd really...
We've already watched 98.
Give each of you an opportunity to comment about what do you think is going to... our world looks like out in the next couple of 3 years, and what makes you really the most confident about the industry's future and what you want to do about it. And then also what you worry about the most. You get about 30 seconds apiece.
No conference on 97, but lots of Showfloor footage. Oh, that sounds good too.
I said earlier, that I think you've got some fundamental sources of demand that are going to really help drive the game business, and that should give us a lot of confidence You've got a level of technology convergence, I think, that will take place over the next 5 years that will certainly make it a lot less painful to move your content around. It'll make it a lot less painful to migrate across technology changes. So those are two things that give us a lot to look forward to.
You know, I have a lot of optimism. We have a multi-billion-dollar business today, and all of us, I think, agree we can do a lot better. And consumers are expecting us to. There's a lot of new technology that allow us to deliver something better for them. The internet allows us to deliver something better. Developers seem committed to new ideas and new technologies, and I think, you know, it's going to be a really exciting couple of years as we address the needs that our customers
I mean, it is going to be an exciting couple of years, it's true.
Just about everything. But probably the biggest worry really is retaining reasonable business models, making sure that the prices that we put into developing these titles pay back in the kind of big market hits.
Yeah, AI people absolutely think that it's internet too.
It's that balancing act between all the things you want to do and making sure you do deliver reasonable.
It's absolutely just like so many of the AI people who are like, you know, like 40, 50, you know, like we're this generation, maybe they're like, they saw technology take off like a rocket. And they think it's just the next big thing. That's like what the internet was then, or yeah, smartphones.
Retail shelf life is compressing, so there are some dynamics that are sort of making it very, very difficult to compete successfully in this environment. I don't know how small companies are able to stay afloat and stay successful in this business. It's very, very difficult. Having said that, I think it's going to be a challenging environment, but I think it's going to be a tremendously opportunistic environment as well. Last year was very tough. I mean, make no bones about it. 95 was a very tough year for the industry. I think 96 is going to be a better year. I think 97 and 98 are going to be.
It's Internet 2 in a Devil May Cry 2 sense. That's too mean to Devil May Cry 2. Devil May Cry 2 is perfectly fine.
The dedicated video game system business was down worldwide. In 96, it's going to be back up, and in 97 and 98, it will be accelerating pretty dramatically. So.
Devil May Cry 2 is not that bad. I'm sorry, everybody.
The game business is going to be growing this year as opposed to last
It's just a little dull.
78, or excuse me, 97, 98.
It's very
optimistic about the prospect.
it's very easy and a little dull, but it's not like that game did not actually kill your family.
Type of games, I think there's types of games out there that are as revolutionary as Pong and some of the earlier Atari products were when they were introduced.
Sorry.
Many
We got to hear
years
Tom.
ago. New things that people haven't seen. We're going to get new demographics, new audiences interacting. We talked about the internet and its impact, and I think it is the biggest factor impacting our business, both for PC product, and we are in the middle of developing lots of PC product right now, and see that future is very, very bright.
Sure, if they were doing the Sega PC stuff right now.
Very good future, and I agree with Larry. We're going to see tremendous growth this year and through the end of this millennium. The
Sonic CD, Bug.
Too many products that won't meet consumers' expectations.
Victor Man 2, I don't think that one came out.
Burnish the rose a little here, and I'm very concerned about it. We have to do a better job of meeting consumer expectations. And on the panel, that's
Yeah.
our primary concern. We spend a lot of time on that.
Howard? I'm very optimistic about the business. 10 years ago, literally to the day, we showed up at the Consumer Electronics Show and introduced the Nintendo Entertainment System and Super Mario Brothers.
To the day?
We didn't have any press conferences and we didn't have any panels like this.
That's not.
It's pretty lonely. And now
Didn't Super Mario Brothers and the NES released it in America in '85?
the number of companies in the business.
Am I wrong about that?
Huge leap in creativity. We're now introducing Super Mario 64. So within a very short period of time, the business has expanded and grown, and I think we should all be grateful for that.
Yeah, 95. What is he talking about to the day? This is 96.
Intellectual property, without any question, because we are all completely dependent on
Get over yourself, Howard Lincoln.
the world. And this week, as we all know, the stakes in this intellectual property battle.
Is February 96? No, I think it's May,
One
right?
of the things that this industry has done, and we should be proud of, is that we have brought the
May 96, yeah.
property to the public's attention.
Yeah, we don't know the exact date that the NES released.
This week with the Clinton administration, that this continues to be a problem for our industry. And
Summer CES 85 and 86 are both in June. Okay, so he's just lying.
Just think of what we can all do.
He's just fabricating a beautiful story.
Being penetrated by by counterfeiters.
I'm actually quite excited about 96 and 97. You have 3 hardware companies that are really vying for mindshare. The one that wins.
We know the official date now on the NES release in Mario Brothers.
And that's the trick or the game here. You have a 4th one in the wings, Machutsta, with the system that was developed by 3DO.
Is this breaking news from the Video Game History Foundation?
Next year. So mindshare or market share, for this year is extremely important for all of them. You have Intel, which positions its Pentium processor today as an entertainment system or an entertainment solution. And Intel will tell you that there's 105 million Pentium processors that will be produced by the end of this year. 15 million of them going.
Frank has determined what date they've marked internally as the release date, but nobody has any recollection what this meant. Was it the street date, the ship date, etc.? They all just agreed it was the date. Wow.
From a company standpoint, or whether we are able to manage the growth and manage the acceleration of the business.
And what is it specifically?
We see the business going through a major transition. Obviously, very.
You don't remember, okay.
We see this industry migrating from a toy business to a technology business.
October 85. Okay.
We realize that the technology that resides in the Sony PlayStation today, 4 or 5 years ago, would have cost the consumer $40,000, $50,000 and would have resided in a high-end workstation. Today, the consumer is getting more value of their dollar than ever before.
The high-end workstation would have been a high-end PlayStation.
We also think that's going to allow us to broaden our user base and attract new consumers to our fold. And we talked earlier about drawing.
Today, the average computer is only 2 rooms large.
We look at it as we have just begun to scratch the surface of the software technology. And if we're able to continue to produce compelling products and expose them to everybody in different mediums, we think we can draw a lot of new users to the category. Our biggest concern is that this industry won't take risks and that we won't go out on the limb and software companies won't produce products that are off the beat. What we don't need is the 15th fight or the 17th football game. What we do need is for people to take some chances, and hopefully that'll broaden the user base for all of us.
Did that metaphor make sense to anybody else?
I want to take a longer-term view on just a couple things. One, of some concern is that the much talked about convergence of all the technologies into the home might in fact be a mess, might be a bit of a train wreck at points. We might have a few more bumps for the consumer than what they might have patience for.
15th fighter at the 17th football game?
Working, the game system companies, the pipe companies, all different types of software companies, everything's targeting a lot of space. It's either going to be worked out in some elegant ways that are heretofore unknown or sort of unrecognized, or there are going to be some significant bumps on the road. And I think our ability as an industry to sort of work on that problem and try to carry it through can be very, very important. As to the most optimism on the longer-term view,
speaking up about fight slot and sports slot, of course,
corny,
yeah.
But anybody who's ever seen a child interact with this new technology,
Anybody who's ever seen a child.
Else, the teens can be fickle. Sometimes the adults can be trendy, and they can move from one thing to another. But something fundamental has happened, and we are growing up new generations of users. We're not going back.
Well, it's
We're not going back to before there were video games.
On behalf of the IDSA and the panel, I want to
We'll never go back.
It's time to go to work.
This is Showfloor stuff. The big Nintendo area. Yeah. This might be a little loud, I think. Is this better? Dixie's Double Trouble. It was dry, but it's interesting. It's entertaining seeing all that. They announced a Kingdom Hearts anime starring Kiddy Kong. Whoa! Stormtrooper. Star Wars. Is Anthony gonna get to go through with the camera? Okay. Yeah? Cool shark. Real fun in real time? Oh, fuck. The Nintendo 64! Star Fox? Whoa! That's early! That is early! Oh, Kiddy Kong? Sliding around with one frame? The people are gonna go nuts for this baby ape character. This is who they want to see. They want to see the baby ape. Oh yeah, I'm sure. Oh, Mario RPG, wow. 96 is still not quite out yet, huh? Cruising USA! God, if they have Charles Martinet doing the Mario head on the show floor. One of your favorite baseball games? I remember some friend I had who liked baseball, I think was a fan of the Ken Griffey one, yeah. Tetris Attack. Fucking censored the Puzzle Fairies. They killed the fairies. They're out there. They're literally out there in the press conference talking about like, oh, we want to get more females in gaming, and they take the fucking puzzle fairies that have paneled upon. Come on. Evil. But there he is. That red guy, everybody makes a big deal out of. I've never heard of before. Yeah, he was not looking at the baby shit. Why can't I make these fucking stupid ass jumps?
Nobody here has seen this, though. You have a dark anymore than anybody else. The cartridge is going to get smaller by the time. Yeah, they'll probably be like right around there. Finished product.
It was really amazing seeing Anthony Parisi crash out at Draculax. Yeah, that was an incredible moment. Just cussing and then it cuts. Wow, the beautiful butterflies. Yeah, make him crawl like a baby! Now this is gaming! This person is the first person in North America to ever make Mario crawl like a baby. Look at him, he's crawling around like a baby. I'm losing my freaking mind. Cruising USA. Cruiser was really big on N64 for some reason. Oh yeah, Killer Instinct 2. Shadows of the Empire. It's a time of crisis. We got the hidden rebel base, we got Hoth, we got Darth Vader, we got Luke Skywalker. We got all your favorites here on the N64. What is this Kirby music happening back there? What fucking Kirby game is this? Was that just Superstar happening back there? Superstar would have been out for a while by then. No? I thought Superstar was like the only Kirby game that was released within like normal middle of console lifespan. You don't know why you type no. Oh, okay. It was 96? Superstar was not 96. What? Is it really 96? Also, hey, Mertnade back with the heads? Play it loud. Virtual Boy for still promoting it. You want innovation? Go back to vector graphics. That's right. Isn't it awesome? Doesn't it look great? Superstar really 96? No way. Kirby Air Ride? I know that was in production for a while, but 96? too close up to lasers anymore, yeah. This is a weirdly friendly looking Wario. Do you think they lasered it out because they didn't want people to notice that it was the busted old 3D Wario from last year? They didn't make a new one? No, those are 2D art that they made into the Rainbow Neon. It's interesting how much Wario was in Nintendo's promotion in 95 and 96. He was briefly huge. Yeah, the kids brought their children.
Some of this worlds here. Yeah, show the water. Yeah, I'll show you the water. Back out of the
Oh, Japanese. Need a long standing thing to make a wish. Oh, that makes sense. Have different stars out? I don't know, I don't think so. This looks basically final. Not that I'm an expert. Yeah, like that's the painting from the Japanese release. Like, I mean, it's out in Japan right now, right? So I don't know why this wouldn't just be the Japanese version of the game.
Look at the texture mapping, it gives such a realistic look to the water.
The texture mapping really does give a realistic look to the water, that's true. Out or about to be? Okay. So it's out next month in Japan. Since this is May right now. Can you explain what you're seeing on your end? On my screen, the video is completely blank and was just this loud hissing sound. I don't know who you're talking about. I might be in some kind of fugue state right now, I'm sorry. I might be tapping into some kind of feed from another dimension. He's in the void, yeah. Explaining the camera.
Just keep hitting them over and over. Wow. You'll all go all the way around. And sometime during the game, you're going to need to use almost every single perspective.
So true.
Right at this moment, you're
We'll have to use every single perspective.
And it's instantaneous. There's no wait time for downloading.
No wait time for downloading.
That's the water world there. What about this one? That one, which one is it? Well, that's a good level to go in. Okay.
That's a good level. They don't even know how to describe Womp's Fortress. It's a good level.
You can get stars by getting all the red coins in an area, defeating a major boss in an area. Some of them just have hard paths you have to follow and get to the end. Some are just hidden.
Oh, this is like a little bonus kind of thing here?
The more stars you get, the more extra lives you get. I mean, more coins you get.
You think this is a bonus?
This is kind of hard to see. So go ahead. Whoa. Pull up. You gotta stop. Okay. Yeah, you have a good view now. Okay. When you come to a situation where you can't see everything clearly.
Oh, it's so terrifying to control in 3D, isn't it?
Whoa. How do you get
this sucks. There's switches to that when you activate that'll make those live. Like Mario. Right.
Yeah, no, it's true, it's true.
That's probably the best view right there. You want to...
Though I don't know, jumping flashes first.
That was the blue button will jump. The goal is you want to jump on the big ghost in this area. He's over on the side. Over there. See the big one?
Yeah, whenever it's like, the N64 sucks, it's true, but also like 5% of the platform are the greatest video games ever made. Yeah!
But you have to do a backflip to jump on it.
Nintendo kinda did some good shit on it.
And then go touch that cage. You're in a new world. Go ahead and hit the A button. This is the haunted house. Oh, wow.
Oh, wow, the haunted house!
And look up. And look over that way. Oh, man. See the trees? There's in your back corner, there's a moon up there you can see. I walk backwards.
Is he just going, this is insane?
You can use that.
Yeah, that's true. Every time I think about how there are more Dreamcast games than N64 games, it's just like, holy shit, you know?
Demonstration before. Mario again is on another adventure where he's gone to the castle.
I think there are more US released Saturn games than N64 games?
Taken all the power stars, which gives the whole world its magical ability.
There really were not that many N64 games.
Who live in the walls of the castle and the paintings of the castle. And they've used the stars to create their own worlds. Your goal is to go in and...
You have to use the stars to create new worlds? What? Oh, Pilot Wings. I only ever played this at other kids' houses. I did not hear him say that. I may have been talking. Or it's upcoming, I don't know.
There we go. Super Nintendo.
It's just like the Super Nintendo.
Okay, what I'm going to try to show you now is how these things that Genesis told me translate into...
I've never actually played the Pilot Wings too much. Like, I remember finding the Wingman secret in Pilot Wings 64 at somebody else's house, and that's mainly my experience with it. I know that you have to go to war at the end of the original Pilot Wings. Do you have to go to war in 64? 64 seems a bit more whimsical than that.
Thanks a lot. That was fun. You play score if you want.
Yeah, it's true, Rachel. It's like seeing people like completely fumble at controlling Mario 64. It was like, wow, yeah, it was brand new. You can fight a giant robot by shooting missiles at him. Yeah, that's more whimsical and fun. I didn't think that they would send Nestor to war. It was 60. Oh, hi, Bard. How you doing? Yeah, still Super Nintendo games are coming out. And they get Mario RPG upcoming. Like, this is, you know, nobody likes this one, as far as I know. But Mario RPG, that's a big game. You like Techno-Country 3? I'm sorry. I'm sorry for dismissing it. I barely played any of these.
this, I want to go play Mega Man 7 again. After this, I want to go play Mega Man 7 again.
God, it really is such a good sound clip. Different place in all of our lives now if the Pope ever got Donkey Kong Country 3. King Griffey Jr. is winning round. We got Mortal. Which one is this? Is this Mortal 4? Was 3 last year? I don't know.
Alright. Well, it looks like it's almost time to get started, alright? I hope you guys are ready for some seriously good times.
This is 3? Were we seeing 3 in, were we seeing 3 in 95?
The arcade hit home, and I mean that incredible wooden switch completely remodeled my house.
Have we seen 2 in 95? No. Hey, thank you for the follow. Sega. MK Trilogy, okay. Oh, it's Sonic Extreme! They got Sonic Extreme in the pipeline! Mario! Who? That's right! Imagine if Anthony Parisi just pipes up now and goes, I don't know, this is looking like kind of a rough transition to 3D for Sonic. Yo, it's nice!
After this, I want to go play Mega Man 7 again.
Yeah. With the 3D controller. From the sound effects, this person is playing knights relatively adeptly, I think. Well, no. Never mind. I was lying. Now watch out for that egg. It's gonna fucking get you. It's over. It's time to wake up, Elliot. Hey, since you were really bad at the game, here's your tip. Sonic Blast and 3D Blast. Yeah, this was 96, wasn't it? Hey, Sonic 3D Blast is pretty decent. It's pretty fun. It's no like tentpole Sonic release, but every Sonic game in this period feels like a lost game even it came out. I couldn't say that about 3D Blast. I played so much 3D Blast when I was a kid. I love those birds. Yeah, it's secretly awesome if you don't expect it to be the sequel to Sonic 3. I liked 3D Blast when I was a kid. Yeah, me too. This is not House of the Dead. This is Virtual Cop. Three civilians killed. Shameful.
Sheesh. There always seems to be a lot of police around when you don't need them.
So true. The sacred pools! This was unreleased, right?
Oh, thank you. Thanks a lot. Great outfit.
What is this? Wait, what is this? No, there was like footage of this that got found at some point, right? I feel like I vaguely remember this name. This looks like it's Sex Awesome style, yeah. It's some kind of FMV game, yeah. Virtua Fighter Kids. Game featured at E3 96, but was not seen afterwards. Prototypes have since been done. Yeah, I was pretty sure I remembered there being prototypes of the Sacred Pools found. The kid voice saying that? I've never actually seen Virtua Fighter Kids in action. I keep getting an ad featuring a deep-fried video of a penguin VTuber twerking. That's concerning. Who's making this kid's fight? Yeah, Tom Kalinske. We done yet? No. There's still a little more. Still a little more. Just a long period of blue, I guess. Okay. But hit PlayStation. Surely we'll see something interesting. Here we go. Crash. They got Crash on every screen. What is this music in the background? Too extreme. Yeah. Footage of Tom crying in a corner. Yeah. Too extreme, that's right. The sequel to One Extreme. It's crazy seeing this with sprites. Jetmoto. I'd know Jetmoto anywhere. After all those demos of it in PlayStation Underground. Yeah. It was, what was it originally? It was like ESPN Sports Extreme or something? And then when they re-released it, they just called it One Extreme. Beyond the Beyond! Did the first Need for Speed game really have all that in the name? That's crazy. Right now, this is the worst E3 showing of all time. You have missed. You have missed some stuff. But yeah, so far the PlayStation booth is not actually looking that exciting. Cobalt #1. Beyond the Beyond, too extreme, I don't know. Surely they've got something more exciting to show as for the PlayStation in 1996. They got, yeah, they do have a big 97. They absolutely have a big 97. PlayStation were pretty good, but did not come out swinging. Aside from upending the Saturn announcement with their price point. That was swinging. And they did also swing again with another price point in this conference. Yeah, this is looking rough. How far out is Twisted Metal 2 at this point? Oh boy, Psygnosis. Now we'll really get to the good stuff for PlayStation. Yeah, Wipeout! Twisted Metal 2 is November 26, so a good 6 months. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, the Shadow Drop thing is ill-advised, right? But it definitely fucked up Kolinsky specifically. Yeah, when I'm at the Capcom booth, the first thing I want to see is Werewolf the Apocalypse. Okay, here we go.
After this, I want to go play Mega Man 7.
Yeah. Here we go, Resident Evil. Alright. Something for the PlayStation in 96. Unlimited breadsticks.
Something else will available now on Sony PlayStation.
What is this controller?
The Buster Brothers collection.
Oh yeah, the Buster Brothers collection.
One very addicting collection for home play.
That's what I'm here for.
Rid the world of an endless horde of killer balloons while touring the globe through hundreds of levels of gameplay. The Buster Brothers collection from Capcom, because you can't play just one.
Check out our Polygon babe. Can we see Darkstalkers back there a little more? Okay, we got Darkstalkers.
It's a dish that's served in the chill of the night.
Oh, the chill of the night! The Night Warriors! Yeah!
The sequel to Darkstalkers now comes home, courtesy of Capcom. Play or battle against any one of the notorious monster warriors from the original Darkstalkers.
The notorious monster warriors.
Any one of the 4 new treacherous characters introduced for your late entertainment. Night Warriors, Darkstalkers Revenge, now on Sega Saturn.
They hate Shinko, I know.
You're just an ordinary guy. But the CIA...
I've seen what they did to her in Marvel 3. We all know what they did to her in Marvel 3. Is this fucking Fox Hunt?
That's you.
This is Fox Hunt! Oh my god!
Coming soon from Capcom.
I mean, it was coming up! Obviously, they had to promote it!
Werewolf, the apocalypse. Experience life as part of the gorilla.
The Fox Hunt guy is in deadlock? What?
Epic adventure that spans the globe. From White Wolf's...
I have never heard of this game.
You play as every member of the pack and take up the battle to save the world.
I have absolutely never heard of or seen this werewolf game before. Is this real? Is this a real game?
That pits your wits and skills against overwhelming odds. The armies of the night. Werewolf, the apocalypse.
Cancelled. Okay.
PlayStation or Sega Saturn.
That makes sense.
For the next full moon. Marvel superheroes in War
Marvel
of the
superheroes.
Giants. Capcom and Marvel Comics combine forces to bring your favorite superheroes to life in this upcoming release, coming soon on Super Nintendo.
Not even footage of it. Wow.
It's the ultimate collection of characters, features,
Alpha 2.
graphics, and new techniques in the world's premier fighting series, Street Fighter Alpha 2. Straight from the arcade blockbuster, an unprecedented.
Hey, that monitor got froze. Oh, okay, no, it's intentional. It's intentional. I was like, wait, what happened there?
It's killer graphics and a load of new secrets to discover in the world's best fighting game. Street Fighter Alpha 2, coming soon from Capcom.
The Capcom logo just was really funny.
Edward Bilstein, a Nobel Prize-winning physicist, discovers the secret to humanity's sixth sense and develops a deadly energy source.
What is this?
6 years later, he will return to the Earth.
I don't recognize this.
Star Gladiator.
Oh, it's Star Gladiator. I've never heard the word for this game. Weird.
All these classics and more.
I kind of thought it was just Star Wars. Yeah, they wanted it to be Star Wars originally, right? And then they did not get the Star Wars license? You know, it's the Capcom console.
Characters in one game. Slug it out head-to-head with Wolverine, Psylocke, Iron Man, Spider-Man, Captain America, and more. Now with the Infinity Power Boost system.
Yeah, the Cap console.
Power during matches.
This is the game that I thought they were talking about earlier with Marvel superheroes.
Sega Saturn, only from Capcom.
Yeah.
Stand toe-to-toe with your 10 worst nightmares in the privacy of your own home. Darkstalkers, the Night Warriors.
There's like two different promo things for Night Warriors?
PlayStation. Battle against 10 notorious monster warriors from all over the world in a desperate fight for control.
Oh, this is for the PlayStation version? What? Why do they do that separately?
Dying first to become the ultimate master of the night. Darkstalkers, the Night Warriors, only on the Sony PlayStation and from Capcom.
Why do they have two separate Night Warriors promos?
He's not just a hero of Retro City.
Yeah?
He's major damaged.
Who?
If you're in the mood to throw some thuds and crush some buildings, Major Damage is your guy.
Who the fuck is this?
Blast your way through 5 wild worlds, complete with 4-wheeling damage mobiles, and you don't even have to pay for gas. Major Damage, soon to be released.
This does not look like it should be a Capcom game. That looks fake as hell. Post-Earthworm chip bullshit, yeah. Okay, we're back to Resident Evil. We cut to, what game is this? Oh, it's second tier, obviously. Sorry, I'm not a Tekken head.
Which guy said you want?
I only play 2D fighters, sorry. What's going on the monitor that's reflecting in the TV? What's that back there? No, I'm really curious about this. Anthony, can you like turn 180 degrees? I really want to see what's going on that other TV. Oh, there was Soul Edge, okay. But I don't think that was Soul Edge before. What do we got here? Is this Jurassic Park Survivor? No, it's Turok, okay. Did they really call it Violence Killer? That's hilarious. I saw the PC over there, like this vague jungle environment, and I was like, Jurassic Park Survivor? What? The SRB would have never let you name a game Violence Killer in America. Sad. Oh, no, but it is N64, yeah. Yeah, if he kills the violence, it like balances out, so it's good. Playing Booth, oh, the Booth babes again. Okay, Anthony! Okay, Anthony! Alright, man! Anthony Parisi just going a whoa with the camera. God, dude. Come on. Contra Legacy 4. I have never heard anyone talk about this one. I'm looking at it right now, and I'm like, there's no way this isn't the worst Contra game. Oh, that was it? Damn! It just ends there. If I remember right, there's like 5 extra minutes of footage of 96 here. Literally 5 minutes. to see if we can scrape anything else off the show floor. You got anything good for us, Anthony Parisi? I have no idea what this is, yeah. Cancel game? You love to see a cancel game on one of these. This is mega canceled. Kumite, the Fighter's Edge, coming fall. More Contra, Legacy of War.
After this, I want to play Mega Man 7 again.
Yeah. It's kind of Hockey and Rocky. Yeah! And it just freezes and goes to black screen? Track and field.
That's Franco Harris. That's him. Standing up there in the light. Yeah, that is Franco Harris. Ooh, I thought I recognized him.
Probably female jiggle physics? What is that? Okay, there's still stuff here. I assume they mean probably the female jiggle physics. But I don't know, we already had Trip Hawkins doing a transphobia on the the fucking conference, so oh fuck, police dogs? Wow, I wasn't expecting to see that.
Folks, you gotta get in line. David, that's a long, that's worth it, because he's a Hall of Famer, man. That's something I'll never be. Photo opportunities over at Overkill, too. There's a woman dressed in aluminum foil.
Suikoden. Bring an untranslated adventure game to your American Expo. What could go wrong? Yeah, what could go wrong?
This is so perfect.
I gotta play Suikoden someday.
Don't mind. Keep telling me the right story. It's wonderful.
Yeah, as a fan of Legion Saga, I have to. I have to see what inspired the GOAT.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Franco wants him to take home himself.
If you don't know what Legion Saga is, it's a it's an RPG Maker 2000 game from like 2001. That was made by like a 15-year-old that I played when I was like younger than 15. How old was I? 13 maybe? Something like that. Well, that's it for that video. I imagine getting into 97 is going to be significantly more time intensive. There are 3 sets of videos from 97. This one is, yeah, this is 2.5 hours. I do not think we are going to watch another 2.5 hours of footage tonight, sadly. But this has been quite fun. We will definitely look at this 97 footage.
Mega Man 7 again.
True. We will definitely look at the 97 footage sometime, because I really enjoyed doing this. But we got, how much footage do we have left from 97? 2.5, another that's 2 hours. And another one that's 14 minutes. Okay, so it's gonna be like another like sort of 4-hour plus stream of footage for just 97, which does sound exciting. I will definitely play that for you all sometime in the future, since I think we all had a lot of fun with 95 and 96 and, you know, the previous CES stuff, and when we watched 98 also. So, yeah, gotta watch the rest of it. Anyways, let's find somewhere for you all to be tonight, okay? Who is online? Where can I send you to? Oh yeah, no problem. I'm glad you all liked it. It's kind of, I mean, I do a lot of like streams with like long Zatsus and stuff, but it's pretty rare for me to do a stream with like no game at all. So I'm glad this was nice. Thanks for Mega Man 7 again, yeah. Let's see. There were many games, yes. Go say hi to Digi. They're playing Fields of Mystria. Say hi, be nice. And I will catch you next week, Tuesday, probably, for something. We'll probably play more FF6. Maybe I'll get some of this in there. Maybe I'll play some of those other games I keep saying I'm gonna play. I don't know. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. If you had a good time, I'll see you all later. Bye, everybody. Bye.